Hello.
We missed you very much, Zaid. You are our favorite, and we're glad you didn't die. It depends on the day. Hashtag millennial.
Yeah, you kill 2 of my characters, and then it's like, when is the DM's turn to die, right? Oh, only 1 so far. Sorry, I'm a session ahead. My bad.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm a session ahead. My bad. Only 1 so far. Yeah, spoilers. Like we're planning for it at this point every time.
Has the last episode released yet, so I can watch it on YouTube when I have time?
Oh really?
Oh, okay. Could I get a fill in for what I missed?
Oh yeah, it was.
I joined in. I saw the combat. You guys were fighting something. Yeah. That's right.
Gesundheit.
Mm-hmm.
Killed King Roll.
Yeah,
no, leave it total mystery. That way,
if we ever run into them again, we'll see what happens.
I want to hear the legacy that they left behind, third hand.
Oh, they were setting up for a smithy. That's all we know.
The legacy they almost got left behind was we would have found them on the side of the road, dead.
Yeah. We find their bodies and quickly loot them.
That thing smacked us around. Yeah, that was like an easy encounter, I'm sure, but like it smacked us around a good bit.
He was hoping to kill you both off, so he didn't have to.
When you're talking about Con, Con thought it was one of him for a second. He saw the thing come out of the tree line, and it's like, cool, another exiled. You know, like we aren't the best setup for like being ambushed by a monster that rushes in.
I do.
It's been 3 weeks, right? So like, I don't actually know what happened last night.
During our travels to Mort'ton with a detour on the way, hoping to find the druid so we could not get ambushed by gas while in the swamp. We got ambushed by some giant centipedes. Dermo got poisoned during that fight. We crossed a canyon, and then we got ambushed by some ghasts. And here we are.
Yeah, that's where we ended, right?
Yep. I think we're at this.
We were about to start the combat. I think we were. I think we could see 2 of them, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, there are 3.
No, I said I think we could see 2 though. I don't know if we could see all 3. I remember seeing 2, and like, weren't we preparing attacks?
I can see 3.
Okay, I thought me and someone else were like preparing an attack on the ones we could see, or something like that. It's been weeks now, but I'm pretty sure I remember that vaguely.
I don't know. I was asleep for the last bit, so I'll take all your words for it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because...
Did you say gay asses?
Yes, that's what these are. Yes. And we were not sleeping, so I'm not prone, which is nice. I think what I would want to do is bonus action disengage. And oh, help if I had the correct. Oh, the game is paused.
As always.
And I'm a scoot a little bit away. And I think I'm gonna try shooting a arrow at it. Just like see if it'll work.
Okay.
As a player, I'm pretty sure it won't, but you know.
I like that when I heard you say that, I thought you said 8 arrows, and I just was like, oh, he can do that. Cool.
Oh, did you disengage? Sorry, I was messing with my.
I
Yes,
did
he did.
disengage, yes.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, you can do that because you're a roganger.
He's a roganger.
You shoot an arrow. Why do you have +0 +0 +2?
Didn't we have that last time too? Said something about like weird
Your
modifiers.
ranged weapons. What is that? Wait. Did you attack using the arrow item instead of the
Yeah.
longbow?
Oh,
item?
yeah, that's
I didn't even know you could do that.
You just went up and hit him with the arrow itself.
It would have been a
Did
15.
that
Yeah,
like Legolas move?
you wanna
where he
keep
like
his D20
shoots the
roll.
guy and then
Yeah.
he like stabs the guy with the arrow.
What happened was
Yeah,
is he
you
attacked and the bow. The bow got
Plus,
warm.
what is
and he
that? Plus
took out the
9?
arrow.
That sounds more like it.
Yeah.
See, that's fun. It says hits gassed. It did not hit gassed.
it went through gassed.
Indeed, your arrow flies straight through the center of the gassed,
Yeah.
without having any effect.
That's chill. That's the end of my turn.
I'm going to see this, and
We all see the arrow fly through him.
Oh, do you need your little imp friend?
I do need, Jibble wherever he is.
Wasn't he a rat?
He is a rat.
He's a
rat.
rat. Why then?
Mr.
is he
DM,
still
did we
being
see the
attacked?
arrow fly through the ghast, or would we have not seen that?
You saw it.
Okay.
Luckily, my
There.
pack weapon is magical.
Here's your rat.
Yeah, he's gonna be on my shoulder, DM, as he does.
All right, Ronald.
Oh, he goes after you.
Nice. Good for him, you know?
Is he also going to jump into this enemy?
He's gonna try, 'cause that's what he does, but, like, he doesn't know, you know?
Sure.
I'm going to Booming Blade this ghastly gentleman here.
Okay. Oh god, the metal dice sound.
Yeah, it is.
It comes through really strong too.
Sounds
is the thing.
horrible.
It comes through Discord.
I
Okay.
didn't roll the attack, it just rolled the damage, so I'll roll
That-
I have to
Well,
roll
because the spell rolls the damage for if they move.
Yeah,
It's your attack plus 1d8.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why.
It's my rapier plus 1d8.
You thrust your rapier at the ghast,
Mm-hmm.
but it's moving too quickly as it flies through the air. You miss. Also, why do you also have only +2 on your attack? What is this?
That's his
More
proficiency, which it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know why it's saying 0. Let's see what the modifier is.
I think when it's a finesse weapon, you need to manually change ability modifier to dexterity.
Yeah, I see that here.
So I just did that for you.
Oh yeah, that's what updated when I went to do it. Very nice. Let's see if it fixed it.
How bad is the fog? Like, I'm seeing slight fog. Is this
It is
like
lightly obscured.
I'm still doing plus
Okay.
0. You see that, Doom?
Oh, it's still in the.
Still doing plus 0.
What does it do? What? Hey. Does it think that you're proficient?
Does it think I'm not proficient?
I don't know. Ah, see, you don't have any weapon proficiencies. And your
Oh,
sheet.
you know what? I didn't add those, did I?
No, you did not. You can go and add those.
Oh, you need to get gains if your dex is only +2.
Which ones do I get from Rogue? The one level of Rogue.
Hell if I know, you go look it
Yeah,
up.
I'm looking at it right now.
A longsword for whatever reason.
I thought so. I thought
You
it
get
was.
long swords from rogue.
As a rogue, yes.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to use a longsword? No.
Hell no.
I guess that's for those rare strength rogue builds.
Well, no, because
Rogue.
Can you even get sneak attack on slashing weapons?
not on a non-finesse weapon.
Who is using that then?
So, you know what the answer is? The 2 finesse longswords in the Dungeon Master Guide is what those are for.
Of course.
The Moonblade for those elf rogues that want to stab people,
You mean
and
slash
the
people.
oh yeah, slash people. Sorry, and the Sunlight Blade.
Is it the Curse of Strahd one?
No, there's just one in the player, like the Dungeon Master Guide. It's just called the Sun Sword.
Oh.
But
Interesting.
there's also a copy of it in Curse of Strahd that's slightly better.
Oh.
There's also one in Out of the Abyss.
Well, if you had the right bonuses, you would have not appeared to have missed, but your rapier would indeed just kind of swish right through it.
Would the magical damage from the booming blade do anything?
Nope.
Okay. I
Magical
will.
damage. Back there.
I'm gonna fix this while the turn comes back around, but as a bonus action, I am going to do absolutely fucking nothing. How
Cool.
about that? My turn.
Alright, Ratatouille.
Yeah, Jibble's gonna jump into the ghast. I mean, to his surprise, he's going to find out what we all knew as he lands on the ground.
He just jumps right at the ghast and flies right through it, smacks into the ground.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? It turns out only rats are able to like hit them.
Just because I share his eyes and ears doesn't mean that he shares my understood knowledge of the universe.
Dermo, your turn.
It's my turn, which means you've activated my trap card.
Also, you're pretty quiet on the stream, DM.
I am.
Yeah, you're like
I'm
way
quite
quieter
obvious.
than all of us.
I don't have it turned down at all.
Yeah, it just sounds really quiet though.
Let's see. I have it at 100%. Well, don't really know what to do about that.
Cry.
Let's turn my microphone level in control panel from 72 to 100.
There you go.
How's that? Am I louder now?
You're
Much
so much
better.
louder.
Oh, good.
Just a little bit.
I'm actually turning you down.
Oh,
I'm
good.
turning it down as well.
Excellent.
It did
All
have
right.
you over 100%.
This one
so
behind
now
me
you're down.
here, down and to the right, is
Yeah.
that one? Is he visible? Because he looks quite invisible.
What do you mean by visible? Like, you can see him.
Like, okay, well, I think the fog effect is just making it really. So, I don't know. Oh yeah. That passing fog, like actual thing, made it obscured. I can't select him on here, but I'm trying to select the one down.
Okay.
Oh wait, I might be on the wrong button to do that. I don't know if he's targeted.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to target him, but it won't let me. Anyway, I'm gonna roll the attack, and are you able to? Is that fine
Yeah,
if I
that's
just
fine.
roll the? Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to cast an Eldritch Blast at my boy.
Ooh.
I'm thinking we've tried magical melee, we tried, range. So let's try regular magic.
Yeah, I mean, if
Never
anything can
mind.
hit it, it's pure force damage, right? Except that you missed.
It didn't matter at all. I literally could not do anything there.
Nope.
Well, you
Not
get two
quite.
shots.
You do get two
Does it roll
shots.
twice? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you
do I
have
just
to roll
re-roll the
twice.
same thing?
Yep, just click it again.
Who gave this druid extra attack?
Ooh,
Yeah.
there you go. With a 25, Your Eldritch Blast sears straight towards the ghast's skeletal face and goes straight through it.
What the fuck? What? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna yell out to the party. Does anyone have any ideas?
Ooh.
And then I'm going to bonus action, turn on my Shalala.
Nailed it.
Shalala?
Yeah, Shally Lolly. Do I need
Shalala.
to do anything for that, or is it just?
Nope.
Is it... Okay.
Shalala.
I'm gonna press the. Well, I don't have an end turn button, but I'm gonna just. I'm gonna say I end my turn.
Alright, I got you. I actually have voice commands now, so when you say I end my turn, it no, it doesn't. Doesn't do that. Please click the button
From
when
now
you
on,
can.
everything is fully
What
voice
mod is that?
active.
That's tight.
Striggy is going to. I can't control. Oh wait, never mind.
Can
Striggy-
anyone control Striggy though?
No
Am I
one
right?
can.
The man's unchained.
Striggy's
Man.
gonna fly away. We're heading in this direction, right? Like that's the end goal. Like south.
You were traveling in the southeast sort of direction. Yes.
Okay. Striggy's gonna start flying in that direction. About 10 feet off the ground, you know? Striggy's a free bird.
Alrighty.
They have great burritos.
Striggies?
Okay, we've tried melee spells.
Yes.
We've tried single target damaging spells.
Oh no! I
What
don't like where this is
about
going.
magical debuffs?
Yeah, that was
Or
my
they're
next
just
try.
after our food.
Alright,
I'm going to
Cephalus,
start-
show me what you got.
I want to
What
start
do you
praying
do?
at it in Infernal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get really
Pray
religious
at
on
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You must be
I'm
a
praying the ghast away.
I've done this
Wait a
after
minute.
some Mexican meals, honestly.
Sap adrenaline. Is this slow?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to ask you that every time you cast a fucking spell. Because they're all
What spell is
renamed.
this actually?
It's called immersion DM.
I know. I like it, but it does require me to ask sometimes.
Just get
Because
a
I'm not going to
notebook
read
and
the
write
whole damn
everything
thing every
down.
time.
Yeah, all my reflavors have what they were at the bottom of the text, DM, just so you can see in reference.
Eh.
Well,
I put-
not
I have
everyone's
one
as
reflavor.
cool as you.
I put reflavor of and then whatever spell it was, just for convenience, because I know what it's like,
Anyhow.
Danny hastily.
Let's see. How did I write these ghasts?
Invulnerable,
Um,
apparently.
I mean, that's pretty
yep.
spot on to source material.
You cast the spell, and it's almost as if that the creature isn't even there, in that you can tell that the spell hasn't affected anything.
Yeah, we might want to run.
Yeah, that's Cephalos's next magic trick, is moving his full 30 feet in this
Disappear.
direction.
Ha, I cast move.
I cast the dodge action as my next trick.
This action allows me to start in one position and end up in another position 30 feet away,
Almost like teleportation.
but slower. And
action?
you reach every point in between the 2 points continuously.
It's like infinite amounts of teleportation.
Okay. So the ghasts happen to roll their initiative so that they go consecutively, which makes my job easier, I guess. This one will... Why does it have others? Oh. Yeah, the little like highlighted tiles when a creature has a flying speed that's more than their walking speed, like the colored tiles don't make any sense anymore. Anyway, this one flies over here with its arms outstretched towards you, Zephalos, and it as soon as it can reach you, it gives a swipe with its claws.
That was a juicy swipe.
Oh, so juicy. But it missed as you duck out of the way. This one here will close in on Dermo and do the same.
That's very audible.
Oh yeah.
This session is
It's
sponsored by Audible.
it.
Get your free audiobook now.
Stop. Oh god. It does indeed swipe at you, Dermo. You are not able to dodge out of the way. As you take... oh god, why did I do it this way? You take
do take
4 slashing and 3 necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay, so total 7.
And following the... let's see. Yeah, okay. Following the swiping motion, you see the ghast kind of make this motion as if it's gobbling up food and eating it.
No, my food!
DM gobbling?
Yeah, like a mind goblin.
Oh, come on, Danny. I
Fine.
tried, man. I really tried. You know,
Danny not pay attention?
Danny, I tried gobbling. You know.
Wow,
They made
good on you.
what's it?
Okay,
Let's do it.
this
Everyone
guy
Tried goblin.
will go after Jared with the slash.
So do I just
Which
take
will
one away?
miss with an 11.
Do I just take away one of my what's it called? One of my provisions.
Indeed.
Okay.
So it as part of the attack, if it hits you, it will turn 1 quote-unquote day's worth of food into rotten goo. So you can...
I can do that myself if you give me a couple hours.
Do you need me to edit your rations?
I'm trying to reload the page, but I'm on the back road.
I thought it was
So I'll
just
do it whenever I get back to the
Keep
PC. It'll
count
only
for
be a minute.
now.
Yeah, it's only 1 right now. So if it
Alright,
gets tomorrow.
Oz, your turn.
Well, I am going to throw one of my rations. Like, how far do I think roughly, how far? I want to throw it, like, in that direction.
Oh, I don't know. How far do you think you can throw it?
How far do you think you can throw?
It's
What's
probably,
the strength?
like,
10?
I'm really strong, really far. Yeah.
I mean, a pound of food.
See,
So
30
1
feet
foot
is
per
like
strength.
10 yards. You could probably throw it like 40 feet.
I'll
Let's
throw
say
it as
40
far as I
feet.
can, just in that direction.
Okay.
Do you want me to make any sort of check to see?
No, whatever. It's 1 pound. 2
Wait,
pounds,
what kind of food are you throwing?
Just a ration.
Like, what is it, though?
Just a whole ration. It's dried meats, jerky, fruit, nuts, probably a little hardtack in there.
Ooh, you got a little P3, huh?
Yep.
This session is sponsored by P3.
What even is that?
It's like a protein pack. It's kind of like a Lunchable for fitness people.
A Lunchable for fitness people. Got it.
Yeah, 'cause it has like cheese, it has nuts, and it has like meat. So you eat the 3 as like a protein boost, but it's like a snack size, so it's not like a meal.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm the only one who goes to the deli counter in Walmart. Apparently,
Hold on, that was.
I've seen them my whole life. I thought they were just like a thing everyone knew about.
All right.
That's it for me.
Jared.
I'm going to use my amulet.
Hey, you guys gotta go try them. They're not very good. Don't buy them.
Oh yeah, what's this do again? You can cast a cantrip you don't know.
Oh,
Unless you suck.
unless I suck, I can't.
No, you cannot.
All right, so I just realized that doesn't say what it is. It's not. It's a none. It's a free action. It's nothing. What is that?
What's a free action?
It doesn't say what it is. I just realized it says none. What is the? It doesn't say action or bonus action on there.
To operate the amulet?
Yeah. What would it be?
Yeah, I guess it would depend on the casting time of the spell.
Fair.
Um,
You're saying since I failed.
if the check fails, so does the spell. Wait. The cantrip must be on the spell list, and you must make a thing. If the check fails, so does the spell, and the action used to cast the spell is wasted. Yeah, okay. So it takes the amount of time of the spell you were trying to cast.
Cool. I'm gonna say fuck as loud as I can, and I'm gonna try to run out of range of this ghast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go this way because I don't want to get caught up in Homeboy's ghast over there.
He takes a swing at you.
Eddie fucking does.
And it will hit for 7 slashing and 2 necrotic damage.
Wouldn't it be cooler if it didn't though, DM?
No.
Alright. I'll yell fuck again and then my turn.
Let's see. And also, it goblins up one of your rations.
Yo, this thing getting jacked. It's having so much protein.
It's my last ration. I'm gonna yell actually.
You got really quiet out of nowhere.
Yeah, that happens when you're out of food in the middle of a swamp. Jibble's going to jump up onto Dermo and see he's in the same predicament that I was in, and he's going to give him the help action. For whatever. But it's mostly just because he smells like shit and rats like that, so...
Hey, okay, it's not shit, it's manure.
You don't have to explain it right now in the middle of a gas attack, but he is probably open to hearing what it was. It's not shit. It's really old poop. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like some other thing that's parallel to shit.
It's the exact same, but
yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing here. I can't zoom out on here for some reason. So, which direction did they run to?
Southeast ish. We're going south.
Yeah, party's running south.
Alright. It won't let me move my guy, so can I
going?
move as far? Wait, can you use the action to like dash or something like that to get more movement speed or no?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, could I do that? Like, just use all of it. I know I'm gonna have to take a hit, but use all my energy to just get the fuck out.
Sure can. Bring you about there.
Very nice. And just for flavor, I mean, it really doesn't make a difference because we're fleeing. I holster my staff on my back and go in all fours and trot while running this far, which is something I don't think Zephylos has ever seen.
I don't think any of us have ever seen that. And I don't think.
Oh, oh my God! He finally used that racial
mode.
feature that's supposed to be used like all the time.
He went range mode, isn't it? You know.
How much does that increase your speed by? 10.
I'd like to say it was something like that, but I don't know if I wrote it down.
Oh, you better have wrote it down.
I will find it when I
God,
get
he didn't
my
wr't
computer.
it down.
I do have
classic Gobi feature. How do you not know this?
Classic Gobi feature, all fours. You can drop down on your hands and feet running quadrupedally in order to move more quickly, increasing your movement speed by 10 feet while both of your hands are free.
Now, does that give me 10 on each?
Pray range. Wait, what?
Say that again, August?
Does that give me 10 on each side? So, like, 10 for the first and then 10 on the dash?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Frick yeah.
It essentially just makes your movement speed 40 instead of 30, and then when you dash, the 40 goes to 80.
You see Dermo turn into Sonic.
You do take 10 damage, however, from the ghast as you disengage, and you lose another ration.
Does Jibbles take a hit as he's on his back?
Oh, no, I guess not, because the ghast would only make one attack.
Nice. There really was an attack of opportunity if you're a rat, am I right?
Alrighty.
Borb.
Alright, that ends my turn.
Orb is just gonna frickin' run for it.
Run? He's not gonna get very far on his feet.
It's Fast Bird. I'll take the dash action. You can take your attacks of opportunity.
Just the one, but okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to move 75.
Does a 15 hit you?
It might.
Oh dear. Okay, you take 8 damage.
Well, hold on.
Eh?
It doesn't, because I'm a freaking wizard, dude.
Eh?
Is that a class wizard, dude? Or is it a subclass of wizard?
Wizard, dude.
He's a wizard, dude.
Sweet. Okay. Yes.
I think the
you
level 1
block the
spell slot
slash.
is worth the ration.
Okay. This ghast is enticed by the piece of food that has been thrown, and it flies over there. Goes down into the water, and you hear this like splashing noise into the in the shallow water, as it devours the food that's on the ground.
Excellent.
This one will also try to like go over there and like dive at the food as well. The third one, however, will not. And we'll continue chasing down Jared.
I don't have any food, you bastard! Ow.
Oh, okay. It gets a crit.
What?
Um,
Come on, man!
for
I got food!
14 slashing and 9 necrotic damage,
Okay, Jared's down, boys.
which is 23. Oh my god, it is actually bringing down.
Yeah, brother, what do you want from me?
Hey, you said it. You said next session.
Was it? You said 23?
23, yeah.
Oh no, we're not down yet, boys. We're
Oh, what? Oh,
firing.
come on. You got
Go ahead,
2
throw some
HP.
blood
Come on.
splats on the map, though, dear, because we're not. This ain't an all-you-can-eat buffet. We're getting the hell out of here.
There you go. He's got blood on him now.
I gotta break this fucking range again, boys. What else does he want to do, DM?
Oh, his turn's over.
Alrighty. I am going to chuck another ration in that direction. Let me that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, here, I'll put it, there you go.
awesome. And then I will run that way.
Run. By the way, this will go for the future as well. Anywhere where there's this like deeper water here, that's like a greenish color, that's gonna be difficult terrain because the water's deeper there.
Fair.
Unless you can fly.
Come on, Jared.
Jared.
I'm going to disengage
Oh.
and then run to here, which is my movement.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell to the others. I'm going to yell to Oz, actually. That one got me pretty fucking good.
Sure looked like it.
And Jibble will jump off the back of this beast and kind of post up right here, looking like a snack, if you know what I mean.
Juicy fat rat.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Probably used to snail around these parts. A nice rat is gonna be, meat's back on the menu, boys. You know, or whatever these gas say. Probably. I don't know.
Dermo, your turn.
It is loading up already.
You've got some distance, so at this point, you can probably just keep running. If that is the plan.
Do I notice Jared fell over?
I didn't follow.
He didn't fall over.
Oh, he actually survived. I thought you said he had taken enough.
No,
Oh. Okay. Then
he's
I
fine. Just
don't
regular
notice that.
Thursday.
then I don't notice that happen. And
Okay.
so I will do my normal turn in 1 second when the thing lands.
I totally didn't block out a 5-foot square scale bar over in the bottom right corner, which is why it is black.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's trying its best to load right now. It's
I'll be right back.
getting a gray screen.
I figure I'd rather sacrifice that corner than cut off the bottom 10 feet of the whole map.
God forbid.
So, like, is there really anything else that we need? Because, I mean, we're just going to keep running, right?
Yeah, hopefully they don't chase you much longer.
I mean, aren't they like, are they slower than us, Doom? Or are they running the same speed?
Yeah, how fast are these guys?
They've been able to keep up with like one round's worth of movement with you so far.
Right.
And there he goes. Dermo is a speedy boy now. Just slowly discovering his features.
Not that I'm slowly discovering, it's that I've not really had a ton of opportunity. We haven't had a lot of open areas that we've been in where fleeing was the choice that we made.
Well, you don't always have to use it for
We've
fleeing.
been in, it's been, if anything, more claustrophobic.
Yeah, we have been inside
That's
of
fair.
a lot of locales.
Tight spaces.
I'm gonna press a
tight,
little bit.
dangerous spaces.
Hey, nice.
Speaking
Striggy.
of tight,
Yo.
dangerous spaces, I should call her.
Hmm.
What?
Bird will continue to fly
Burb.
off the map. It's gone.
Goodbye, Striggy.
So much flying.
Bye,
It died.
Striggy.
So it was Oz that wasn't looking too hot, right? No, it wasn't Oz. It was
Jared.
Question is, how far is Jared from Zeplos? Okay, I'll move a little closer to him. Actually, I don't think I need to. I think this distance is effective. I'm just looking up a spell real quick. No, it's 30 feet, so I do have to move a little closer. I want to move up. And I'm going to take out a ceremonial dagger from the Slayer Tower. And I want to gash my hand and throw blood in Jared's direction, and they're going to form runes of magic in the air and make a ward around him.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times that's happened to me.
I want to do 14 hit points.
Okay. Ooh, net 10.
And I get 7 back as temp. Man, I missed playing tanky wizard. And then I'll use the rest of my movement to run away.
When did you start playing a tanky wizard?
I'll dash.
Was that not your action? Oh, it's a bonus action. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
All for me, Chief.
Guest number 1 seems to have finished his scraps. He starts flying over towards the group, but you see him, Oz and Jared, as you look back at it, as you hear it make this moaning noise as it continues flying towards you. It gets up, and as it's hovering towards you, it like slowly like lowers down and it like flops down onto the ground, starts to try to crawl, as if it is completely exhausted. The other one kind of does a similar sort of thing, only makes it about halfway towards you before it sort of like crash lands into the ground with a splash. And then the one toward the back begins eating the food that was on the floor, on the ground over there.
Okay, let me not almost close the window. I think I'm going to run and dash and end my turn.
Yeah, I didn't see all the things you described because I'm also dashing and running.
Cool. Let's see. So at this point, as everyone continues to run, the ghasts will put up attempts to give chase, but seem to have significantly slowed their movement speed, as they eventually just give in to crawling around along the ground, slowly towards you as you can begin to no longer see them due to the thick fog. And that will end our combat.
Okay.
That was fun. As I wipe blood off my face and back and arm and body.
I would like to pet your rat.
Yeah, he's making the tails behind us, trying to escape the gas himself, but when he gets caught up, he'll climb up on my shoulder. How would you like to approach him?
Well, if he's on your shoulder, I'm gonna wait a second because you are very cut up, and I don't know if it'd be nice. How hurt are you actually?
I'm like, you see me bandaging up a few kind of more shallow gashes on my forearm.
What are you playing with?
And then a part of clothing that's torn, like in my inner arm, you actually see my head kind of bob down into the wound itself, almost like putting my face in the wound, just for a second, and then I bandage that up as well. It looks like I'm pretty beat to shit, like near death's door.
Okay, so I would like to go ahead and healing word onto you. Just a little bit of love.
All right. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that at second level.
I am looking one hit from death for now, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's gonna be what I can do for just this minute. But if we continue instead of camping, I might have to use more on you. Until we can get further away.
You'll see a bit of magical healing kind of heal up some of those deeper wounds, like the one I stuck my face near. And I'll kind of look up at you and give a nod, and you'll see Jibble kind of like licking his paw and like wiping his ear and face, kind of cleaning himself off from the battle as well.
Like those little raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Rats do the same thing. Yeah.
That's adorable.
After we reconvene after running away from that encounter, Zephylos will catch his breath, being the out-of-shape nerd that he is.
Same.
But he'll look at the rest of everyone else and say, "Well, that was interesting. Jack shit worked on them."
They're distracted by food.
Which I have none of now, I'll point out.
Yeah, it's kind of counterproductive if hitting them makes your food melt to throw away your food.
I'm pouring out lumps of just rotten ration out of my
Oh
bag.
yes, anyone that was hit by the gas,
Yeah, so I'll make
you
that.
can smell this putrid stench coming
I
from
figured.
your packs.
I'm dumping it. You see me like dumping it as I say that, like I'm out of food. I gather
I
that.
instinctually look at my backpack and sigh of relief as I still have my rations.
I'm going to. How do I change my count of this item?
I think
Edit
if
button.
go to the edit button and then just change the quantity.
Oh, okay. I see it. I went into the edit, but I never into that. Do not do that. Do not do that. No. That was quick. I think your Switch isn't charged, buddy. It is charged.
Oh, it's charged.
Let's see if it's charged on that. It's slow, but you can use it. Can you go ahead and go relax?
And charge it?
Maybe if mommy wants you to. Here, do you want to put it on your pillow? Go ahead.
And mommy's.
Oh.
Does anybody remember what time of day we had that encounter at? Because I don't.
Can I use pillow?
What day we
Dude,
had
I
that
barely
encounter?
remember what day of the week we had that encounter.
We hadn't long rested yet, so I'm guessing it was the same day as the one we had previously when we encountered the other thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, when we
We
jumped
had
out.
long
Yeah,
rested.
it is definitely the same day
Yeah.
that
I'm
we
low on-
crossed the canyon.
Okay. Yeah, I think I
same day.
remember
We
that.
have not rested since then. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what time of afternoon it is. But
I'm
I know
gonna
it's-
guess that this is this grid tile that we are currently on then is the one where that's like the end of the movement for the day. In that case. Also, I should probably start marking where you take long rests with a circle or
campfire.
something so that
You
I
can
can
put-
remember.
You can put a thing on the map with a pin, right? Like this.
A
I don't think
pin.
There's a thing. There's
Like
a
a
note
note.
thing you can put on the map. Yeah. You can make notes. that we can
Like the
see.
journal notes. you
Oh,
can
like a
drop on the map.
journal note.
And you can
I
drop-
guess. I was just gonna draw a circle.
Okay.
That is what I would do, is draw a circle. I'm very bad at using smart moves.
Okay.
My daughter's playing the Peppa Pig game on her Switch.
There's a Peppa Pig game? Oh, hell yeah.
What did it?
Wait for mommy, she'll help you plug it in. I don't trust you doing it by yourself because it could hurt you, okay?
I don't trust you.
Because you're a little lady, and I don't want you plugging electronics in. Harper. Harper.
Anyhow,
I would like you to wait
the
for mommy,
party
please.
will
Please
now
stop.
be looking for a place to rest
Okay.
here in the swamp.
As is my
Um,
nightly ritual, could I go ahead and search for a palatable piece of land?
A palatable what?
Piece of land.
Oh, in which to sleep?
In which to eat. Said paladin.
No, yeah, like each night I kind of help search for a good piece of land and kind of shape it to, conceal us a little bit during the night.
Oh, yes.
Things like that.
Luckily, here in the swamp, there are many patches of dense vegetation. However, the difficult part is finding a place that is dry. And you end up settling for something that's a little bit soggy, but should provide you a little bit of visual cover.
If I were to use create or destroy water on soggy ground, would it dry the ground or would it destroy the ground?
I like this. This is a good question, DM.
Quick charger.
Well, I don't think that spell works on, like, a saturated solid.
Can we get in chat real quick?
Well,
Rules is written.
Dad,
Rules is written. You destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. Alternatively, you can destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range. Each spell tier higher, you can destroy an additional 10 gallons of water and increase the cube space by 5 feet.
Yeah, I don't think that spell is really meant for
Affects fog, but not like swampy ground. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Okay.
Do you have Creator Destroy Water?
I do. It's my first level spell.
I don't think he's used it at all either.
I've used it twice, and both times were just situational. Like, I used once to destroy the Zamorakian sigil back in the Draenor Manor, and a second time to drink the water because I was thirsty.
True.
So instead, could I find a log or some sort of dry piece of substance?
Yeah.
Okay. How big can I find? I want something that's big enough for all of us to use as like a dry, or up to half the size of something that might fit us all. Maybe a log or something.
Like something to lie down on?
Yeah, something that wouldn't be completely soaked through. I'm thinking about using enlarge or reduce to make this work. I'm thinking about enlarging like a dry piece of wood or something that would increase its surface area to make it easy for us to lie on.
Problem is those things aren't really like flat.
Right, I would look for something flat and dry. Maybe a rock or something that isn't soaked through.
The thing about a swamp, and having lived one in almost 20 years now, is the things that are wet that come into a swamp stay wet, and the things that are dry coming into a swamp tend to either leave the swamp a little less dry or don't stay dry very long. So I can't imagine there's much wood here that isn't just sort of dry, sort of either dry rotted to the point where it's useless because it's above the water line, or it's just like waterlogged to shit.
Right. That makes sense. Could I try to use produce flame then to use to, dry something off at least somewhat, to try and evaporate water off of maybe a rock and then double the size of that said rock once it is dried from the flame?
Sure.
To help here too.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of time to find a rock that's like large and somewhat flat, but you do find one.
Okay. Either that or, something where I could like enlarge it to like maybe a tree stump or something so we can get inside of it. Whichever one I think would be more available with this. Something to protect us from outside.
I mean,
viewing that would actually be.
How much bigger does enlarge reduce make the object? Double?
2 times. In all dimensions, yeah.
Could just make a lean-to.
Right, but that's what I'm thinking, is I'm trying to make it more sturdy as well, because if these gas, or what would we call them? If these ghost creatures that attacked us can smell our food, sleeping out in the open is already a bad idea, but an even worse idea.
The kind of like tree trunks that you could find here, even if they were double size, you wouldn't even be able to like lie down in it. Like maybe one person could curl up in one.
But definitely
that was double size, but not like lying down.
I don't think enlarged would last all night either.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's only like 10 minutes.
I'm not sure where it says the time frame of it.
DM, while they're trying to set up camp, I'm gonna kind of scavenge around a deeper part of this swamp to look for some fresh snail of some kind.
Trash. Why?
To look for what?
Some fresh snail as I'm out of food.
Ah, yeah, okay.
No, they're in this area. I've probably never hunted for them particularly, but I've had them before. As I live in Mauritania, it's hard not to.
Yeah, right.
Like I've
make
had
a survival check.
Yeah. I'm not proficient in it.
Which actually, I think traveling through the swamp, I would probably, like when we're going to make camp, I'd probably, I'd be, oh no, fuck, I said I was watching. I didn't say I was gonna. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm looking for food.
I think, Oz was occupied with navigating. Because
Yeah.
that was the one thing that he could, like, because of ranger
Mhm.
stuff, he could, like, do it flawlessly, essentially.
Yeah.
So you were busy doing that while traveling.
Yeah. Although at night I'd probably want to scavenge as much as possible to avoid us eating all of our
Rations. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
that's-
Do you want to do
Join
that
me.
as well then?
Sure.
As you guys are setting up, I'll just say
You can
I'm
make
gonna
a
go
check
look
as
for
well.
some food.
Oh, not much better.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably looking about the same in the same areas. Like I said, I'll probably say I'll verbally say I'm gonna go look for some food, and then probably Oz might join me at that point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Foraging, food, and water.
We don't need
Character can make a survival check. On a failed check, you find nothing. Sorry, lads, you find nothing.
All right.
Be a lot cooler if we did find something.
Sure would have.
Yeah, we'll come back snailless.
I will share a ration with Jared though.
Yeah, I'll bite into the jerky and I'll kind of smile. I don't know, say, thanks, bud. It's kind of like old times.
Like all, yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, we both say it at the same time. We're taking a long rest in here. Is that what the plan is?
Yep.
At least, even though we're not doing it yet.
I take it
Dermo's
good for rations.
I have 8 of them, so
He's a
I'm
good
pretty
berry
sure I'm good.
machine. What are you talking about? He's a good berry vendor.
Yeah, I do also have good cherry, so I mean, I always will have that as a backup. But
I'm surprised they weren't like gangbanging you for the good berries.
well, I didn't have any summoned
I don't
yet.
think he
That's
was
probably
carrying
why.
them.
The
Yeah,
man's
I didn't
cool.
summon any today.
That's fair.
I should have. Are there any animals around while we're making this lean-to?
Gibble and Peggy.
Besides the obvious ones.
Well, we've established that there are no snails around.
There are no
We
snails.
are
That's
good at
helpful.
catching something that moves so slowly you could step on it accidentally at a walking pace. But yeah, that's probably not any snails out. The alternative makes me too sad. I'm hoping there's no snails out.
Are there any like crows or birds flying around?
I don't think there are many birds in this swamp.
No. There's some lizards and some salamanders.
There are
Yeah,
some
what
tiny
I see, some
lizards
salamanders?
scuttling about. Yes.
Okay. Could I go ahead and cast Speak with Animals and
Yeah.
and target one of them? Doesn't really matter which. And just try to call for its attention. Excuse me.
Ooh, flies? Huh? Who's that?
Hello, little one. Have you seen ghosts? Those floating creatures that eat things.
Ghosts. Floating what? Huh? What?
Those scary monsters that eat food off of your body. Have you seen any?
What do you talk about?
That's a proper reaction, honestly.
What would I say this thing's intelligence level is? Like, could I reason with it realistically, or am I kind of getting that this thing's just gonna be useless?
Animal intelligence is like a 2.
And most animals have an intelligence score of like 2.
Right.
Usually, if you're not speaking like from their frame of reference of like what they would call or understand something to be, they will not understand you.
Is there? Could I have some internal
So, like-
could I have some internal way that I might have referred to them that me myself might not refer to it?
I mean, first of all, imagine. So you're talking to like a gecko, right? So like, also a gecko doesn't carry food in a bag, so it probably doesn't understand that about ghasts.
Okay.
It
Have
understands
you seen
language.
any angry creatures that we should be wary of?
Oh, that's a great question to ask. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
May not get the reaction
Let's see
you
what angry creatures live here. Let me look closer.
Everything besides the snails and the thing you're asking.
Big lizards.
Big lizards.
Big
How
lizards.
Bigger lizards.
Bigger than me.
Bigger than you?
As big as
Are
you.
they dangerous?
As big as
Oh my
you.
God.
They eat me.
Oh my God. Okay, thank you. That's very useful.
Oh shit.
I'm
Flies.
going to I'm gonna
Need
share
flies.
I'm gonna share all that information with him, including
He scuttles
the,
away.
yeah, including the fact that he eats flies. I'm gonna really dig in there and just say, hey, look, that guy over there eating tons of flies. No, I'm gonna let
Helpful.
Zephyros know. I spoke with the local fauna. Is that no? Yeah, fauna. Yeah, fauna's
Fauna.
animal. Yeah.
Actually,
spoke
let's
with the
see. He
local-
would have described it as bigger than you.
Bigger than me.
Yeah, bigger than you.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll tell Zephyros. The local fauna have warned me of a lizard larger than me, if that incites any level of fear in you.
Lizards of unusual size.
Louses, yes.
I'm finishing the jerky from the ration. How big did he say?
He said larger than me. That's his reference.
I'm gonna like look you up and down.
Oh, are you guys gonna question if I can actually talk or if I'm just going crazy?
Well, I know you're the hippie type, so I'm not questioning it.
I have mushrooms and flour growing off me. I think they immediately see me and they're like, yeah, no, come on.
You're talking to a man whose best friend is a talking rat with red eyes. I think.
Yeah, but yours normally talks. Mine, I make them talk.
I mean, but I can.
Crack my knuckles.
And then you'll see Jibble's mouth open with my voice, and it says, "Yeah,
Oh,
but it's
no.
weirder when I do this, right?"
Oh, I don't like that.
And I'm gonna kind of shrug, and I'm gonna say, "Like I said, not the weirdest thing I've heard. You can talk to animals, okay? I can talk through animals. What's the difference?"
That is definitely something.
I mean, I'm licking my fingers of the jerky juice from the ration, and
Jerky juice. Those two things normally do not go
juice.
together.
Yeah, you know, I was sucking on the jerky, getting the flavors going.
Oh, okay.
Like broth in my mouth. You want me to go into detail?
I hope you understand. You're getting a physical reaction out of me.
Good. The DM in me wants that from my players, you know?
I know.
It all started with jerky juice. Oh my god.
It wins at me eating this morsel of meat.
Yeah, use more M words, please.
Yeah, there you go. It's alliteration city, you know. But I'll hand like all the rest of the part of the ration back over to Oz, and I'll look up at you saying that a lizard as big as you, and I'll look at you, Dermot,
Or larger. He even specified it could be larger.
and said, "Round these parts."
Are you wrong? Right here.
I don't think the gecko gets around.
I'll look over at Oz and I'll say, "You know this place better than the rest of us. You ever heard of any giant geckos?"
That's a good question. Have I?
Nature check?
Ooh.
While he does that, can I see the stars or no?
You aren't aware of any large lizards that live in the swamp?
Not that I've heard of.
I'll say,
You do not see shit when you look up.
Okay.
You see clouds.
as he's looking up at the sky, I'll look at Oz and I'll say,
This
"You think he's
particular
talking with us?"
I don't know. I mean, this particular section of the swamp is not. I haven't spent that much time here. I'm not an expert.
So I'll put my hands up and I'll say, "I never said expert."
Yeah, wait there.
Just because I haven't seen something doesn't mean it's not here.
Fair. What do you recommend for giant salamanders or geckos? Or I'll look over at Dermo, who's looking up at the sky. Hey, what'd you say your name was again?
My name is Dermo.
Dermo. And I'll look up at the sky, seeing what he's looking up at. I'll like shake my head, not knowing what he's looking for, and I'll say, "You said there were geckos or salamanders?"
Under my understanding, he said lizard type, so I'm assuming something like a salamander.
What do you
He
think?
said it was aggressive, though. He did not say it was kind, so I would assume something ferocious.
Maybe
Maybe a
only
snake.
small lizards.
Maybe he doesn't understand the appendages. So it could also be a snake.
Really narrowing it down there.
I don't know
Reptiles is what we
where
should
we're-
circle on. Reptiles in general.
Well, I know one thing about reptiles. I like being on the outside of them, not the inside of them.
No, it's not on.
I have a reptile dysfunction.
Should probably see a doctor about that.
I know a good one back in town.
Sorry.
He's also the mortician, though.
Yeah, he also fixed Deadwood.
Oh, there's another doctor in town, too. Actually, he's not in town. He's got a castle on the edge of town.
I don't really have much else I can do in the way of like helping us here, but would I be able to like build a lean-to? Do I need to roll anything for that? Trying to...
Not really. Just take you some time.
Okay.
Get away!
Um,
Because you have 8 of them.
one big enough for everybody?
Preferably, yeah. I mean, depending on what they seem to want, and if they want to help me make it bigger, maybe I can make it larger.
So the good thing is that you have lots of time to kill, because
Yeah,
you're just traveling, and then you have to stop and rest for a while. So you have plenty of time to spend looking for the right pieces of broken foliage. Much of the wood that you attempt to use is all rotten and just crumbles when you try to move it or lean it on anything. But eventually you are able to find some materials to make a makeshift little structure for the night.
Okay, perfect. Other than that, what would you like me to start a fire, or would you want to be incognito?
I'll look over to Oz as well. I'm sure he's asking Oz and not me.
I'm asking whoever wants to answer the question.
I don't know the answer to the question.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not like directing it at anyone.
Yeah, I'm directing it to Oz because he's the one who knows.
Yeah.
Do we want to start a fire here, Oz?
Do I know if the gas or anything else that I've encountered in the swamp would be more attracted to fire and light? Or would that help things at bay?
I don't think that you would know that or not.
How cold is it?
It's humid, so it doesn't feel that cold, but it's chilly because it's nighttime.
Right. I don't think we need a direct fire source if no one here is freezing.
Shit,
It
I'm
may
in
not be a
favor of
comfortable
fire.
night.
If no one's saying no, let's make one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. I'll gather some twigs and some.
To deny ourselves basic human warmth because we're afraid of something we can't fight anyways. We know how to run. That seems to work, and I'll kind of look around.
It does. It does. I'll gather up some small twigs and leaves and pile them up and go ahead and use produce flame to just get it started. I won't make it too big, but just enough to get us warm in a small ring. This is not like a bonfire. This is definitely like just enough to keep us warm and maybe dry off the ground around us a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Again, it takes you quite a while to get a fire going because everything is wet.
Yeah.
But it helps to have a cantrip that you can literally just have a continual flame in your hand to light
Everything
a fire
gets
with.
wet when I come around.
Eventually you get some fuel to dry off.
Perfect.
And light.
Very well done.
Yeah, like warm my hands up, classic fashion.
With that being said, I am tired, and I will immediately lay down and start swimming.
No, don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, definitely won't worry. Oh my.
Definitely becoming less and less worried, DM.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
the more dice that are rolled, the less I am fearing for my.
Oh
eternal
yeah,
life.
should I do some more? I could do some more.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2 more. That's great. Yeah. Oh,
Two
no.
more.
Okay.
2 more percentage dice.
4 more? Yeah. Okay.
I just need to make 211 tomorrow to finish off.
Jared's gonna find a rock or something, and he's gonna like crawl up on it.
673. So
And do
if I
the
do
same
200
kind of
tomorrow,
passive.
that's 873, and then on my for Saturday. So
Zephyrus is just finding a dry
1073.
patch to set up his
Maybe a
camp
bit
in,
short.
or like as dry as you can, you know.
Yeah, and I can also work Sunday morning before I pick up the things and big examples.
What's happening?
Yeah, whenever I pick it up, yeah. So I'm going to be out there anyway. Might as well.
August, can you mute, bud?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I set up my bedroll wherever I can find that's not soaking wet.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna perch up on a rock and pass out too. Just so I'm not on the ground.
Okay. Alright, can I get some blind GM perception rules for night watches, please?
Yep. I'm going to go last, if that's okay with you guys.
Shouldn't matter because they're all blind.
No, right. I'm just saying, I'm going to go last for
I'd-
flavor.
Are you guys still level 4? Oh, you're level 5 now.
Level 5.
Oh.
That was supposed to be
Okay.
Yeah, that's
that
why
was
we're
supposed to be
so
blind.
strong.
Oh, I did private GM roll, not blind GM roll.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'll re-roll it.
You can do it again.
Okay, so we break up where the top is. You mean the middle spoon?
Did I get everybody?
No, Zephyrus himself makes a check too.
Okay.
Would Jibble make one as well?
If you want him to.
I mean, if Striggy's gonna, why not, right?
Do rats have keen senses? Because I know Striggy does.
I don't know. You'd have to look at the sheet. I don't remember.
He has Devil's Sight, which means he can see 120 feet out like day. So
Nice.
it wouldn't help his sense of smell, but his vision would be keen in that regard. And also, I could just polymorph him into a creature that does have keen sense if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna meta it. And let's see, mind perception. There you go.
Come on. Ready?
It's got 120.
Word.
Ah, he has Devil's Sight. Okay.
Yeah, he's got Devil's Sight and 120 feet of dark vision, so it would be 120
Okay. Am I taking these in the order that you guys rolled them?
That's up to you, brother. None of us really know what we rolled, so it's up to you.
I would have taken middle shift.
I'm last shift.
4 shifts. Which one's the middle one?
The second or the third one, I don't really care.
I'll take last shift.
I just said I took last shift. I said that earlier.
That's
Well,
fine.
I'm first shift.
That's fine because we only need 3 shifts, right?
4.
4.
Oh, we need 4. I'll take the one after Oz then.
Okay, Zephylos, Oz, Jared, and then Dermot. You guys turn it into a math problem. Give me like, I'll go after him and he'll go last and I'll go before him. Instead of just tell me goddamn order.
I would like to say I said last.
Yes.
The Warlock goes after the Ranger, but the Druid is last. Where does the Wizard go?
Yep, and the And the ranger can't go after the warlock, but the
Oh, see,
wizard
my mom
has to
loves
go
those kinds
before.
of puzzles.
And
we'll
guys are
send each
doing
other
me right
puzzles
now.
like that
Zephylos
sometimes.
bought 24 watermelons,
And what
but
day?
gave 3 of them away.
Why does then why Jared bought 34 bottles of soap?
Then how many spell slots are left in the party before a long rest is needed?
Mind your business,
Zero,
David.
apparently.
Probably. All right, that's the order though.
Okay.
Jared passed out because he took the biggest hits. He's ready to sleep. Needs a couple hours.
Alright guys, we
Neat.
gotta stop saying the S word, because you know how that hits me.
Sleep.
The way. Oh no.
It doesn't hit as hard as the R word recap. I start
No,
saying,
it's
Session-
the S
session
word,
recap.
favorite thing.
yeah, favorite thing. He sleeps.
Oh, boo. Horrible. Oh, that's a really long one. Okay. Cool. Everyone goes to sleep. Zephylos, your watch passes without any issues. Oz, your watch goes off without any issues until you hear the snapping of a twig, and you look over behind you, and it's just a big fat snail.
Can I collect this now?
Yeah, I was just saying. Ooh.
Yeah, why not?
What's he gonna do? Run away?
Wait, is it a literal fat snail, or is it just a snail who happens to be fat?
It's one of those big ass swamp snails
The
that
fat
people
one?
eat.
Everybody.
In before it's a flail snail kicks his ass. Wait, do I have a snail block? I don't think I have a... Oh, wait, I do? Oh my god. Oh, no, this is something else. Never mind. Never mind.
I was gonna say, there is one in Volos, and it's like CR3.
A snail?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I have that one. Anyhow, you are able to go over and kill it, and it gives you... I don't know, how big do you think those snails are? One day's worth of food?
Those snails, if they're like a gauge of like to how big a person is, they're at least probably like 15 pounds of snail meat. Those things are not small, whether you fight them or drop them or anything. Even the weight's a couple pounds, I think, in your inventory. Actually, that's a good question. Let's see how much meat you get from a fat snail when you kill it on the wiki. What's it weigh?
I don't know, dude.
Weighs exactly 1.
A fat snail weighs 2 kilograms, which is about 4.5 pounds. So
Cool. Anyhow,
now we know.
Jared, during your shift, you are chilling, when suddenly everyone has to roll for initiative because you rolled really poorly. Let's see.
Oh, yay.
Why does me poorly rolling mean that something has to happen?
It didn't actually. A different thing rolling in a certain way dictated that something had to happen during your...
Do we get a long rest at least?
Ooh, do you? Nope. Didn't finish yet.
It's on third rest, right?
Would I have at least gotten a short rest with my 4 hours of sleep?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, everyone can have a short rest. If they so choose.
Yay, I get
Let's
nothing
go
back.
over here.
Oops, I think I forgot to roll my 1d8. So let me roll that. +4.
The metal clanking reminds me of someone in jail with like a mug, you know, kind of like swinging it back and forth between the bars, you know?
Hmm. Okay, let me just.
Yeah, pull them up, please.
There we go.
Just started picking them on today.
Alright, you know, that's a good time to get some more wine. I'll be right back.
Okay, I need initiative from multiple of you. Please roll your initiative, please.
I will roll my initiative. and roll the lowest physical possible.
I rolled high. I'll go and then get more wine. I rolled high on the order.
Okay.
That way I'm not.
Well, I am gonna do a surprise round because you didn't catch them.
Not crocodiles.
How do you know?
Oh no, sorry. I'm saying it's not crocodiles. Like I'll just wake up and start.
Okay, so you are ambushed by several crocodiles.
Wonderful.
I think Danny just cursed us.
Those are big fucking crocodiles.
They're bigger than you.
Fuck.
Oh. Hey.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at Oz. I'm gonna say,
Jared, you finally see the crocodile approaching you just as its eyes lift out of the water to ambush you.
big lizard.
With your like 4 perception that you rolled or whatever it was really bad.
How
And
can I be less perceptive than my baseline perception? My passive.
and the that's just how perception works.
You were asleep.
And Gibble rolled
I
a
was
4.
on guard. I was the one that was not asleep.
He is the one that is not asleep. And Gibble rolled really poorly too, unfortunately. Which really sucks. But you know.
You want to talk about
here
who
we
rolled
are.
really poorly?
We don't talk.
Me every time I roll for stats, yeah.
No. Let's just go ahead and look down the list and see if anyone stands out.
So my passive perception doesn't save me from being this at all?
No, that's not how that works.
The one on guard?
Yes.
Classic. Okay.
If you roll for perception, then you don't use passive perception anymore.
Well, I would have just taken my passive. I didn't know.
But you don't do that when you're doing the.
Somehow, when I'm on alert, I'm less vigilant than when I'm not.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue the whole game's baseline perception rules with you today.
I'm dying here. DM. It's just me, my final words being salty. Let the crocodiles eat my flesh.
Okay, he will try.
I know he's gonna.
Okay. You spot him just as he reaches you. He goes in for a bite and deals 12 piercing damage.
Off to a good start.
He's got your foot clamped down in his jaw, which will leave you restrained.
Oops, it's not flat.
Okay, it says it really weird. The target is grappled. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. That makes sense. What are you doing, babe? Well, I'm just existing over here. What do you want? Alright, let's see. Crocodile number 2. We'll go over here.
Don't worry, boys. I have a plan.
And we'll hit Dermo with a 22 to deal 6 piercing damage.
Okay, I thought you said did 22 damage. I'm like, what?
6 piercing damage.
6. Okay, that's much different. Okay.
Let's see. Can you do a thing to get out? Escape DC. Okay. Crocodile. Oh, posture check. Okay, thank you. Crocodile number 3 will attack Oz. And hit with a crit for 12 piercing damage. Crocodile number 4 goes after Zephylos. And misses with a 14? Or, wait, no. Would you not have mage armor up right now? Probably not.
No, I don't, so he wouldn't.
No. So 14 will hit.
True.
for 7 piercing. And final croc. Oh no, there's 2 more.
We did get the warning from the tiny little lizard dude, to be fair. We are all...
Yeah, we didn't listen.
Why are these tokens slightly bigger than 2x2? Why is it doing that? Oh,
None of us get to resist the
fine,
grapple.
whatever.
Just
It activates as part of hitting the attack.
Gotcha. So we're all just in the mouths of alligators. This is some
Indeed.
happenstance, boys.
Oz will take another 8 damage from that guy. And this
This is
guy
not looking good.
kind of
This
can't
is
really
not-
maneuver himself into place, so he's just gonna like chill there and start looking for an opening later.
Yo, boys, we got him safe spotted.
He's safe spotted. Yes.
That's true. I just have to break free and stand over here and shoot ice spells at him.
Yeah, we gotta use ice barrage on one, and then just stand behind, have them all line up in a straight line. Is it actually my turn, or is it the bug thingy?
No, it's me, I think.
Yeah,
It skipped your
it's
turn
Jared's
because
turn.
of the surprise.
I'm gonna
Wait,
try
that was just a surprise round?
to just grapple.
Oh, I'm dead. This is over.
We're all dead, but I'm gonna try to break out of this grapple.
Okay. You can make a was it strength or acro check, your choice.
Yeah, I'll probably end up getting it here.
Actually, I'm not, because that's an action, isn't it? I'm gonna...
You can have
All I
it.
need is my mouth. I'm gonna tear this 8.
Oh, sea rock.
Go for it.
My cheeks are really off.
All creatures within 5 feet of you must hit on a dex save or take force damage. Okay. Did it do a thing?
It'll be 2d6, right? Because I'm level 5.
It rolled 2d6.
Okay.
Sleep.
Dex save.
I got it.
It's a 15 pass.
How's it? It's the gator, right?
Yep. Yep. What is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay. Oh wait, it rolled by itself and it rolled a 2. I'm gonna use that. Okay. It does take the damage. You slash him up with some spectral blades.
There we go.
Don't you?
Still got me in the mouth.
Yes, he does.
Alright. There's nothing else I can really do. I'm just gonna get 8, I guess. It's my turn.
I'm a little worried. I'm being...
Okay. He's gonna take another chomp at you.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. No doubt.
I love that band.
What?
No doubt.
For 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
Um.
I'm playing a barbarian and I'm raged. Wait.
Let's see. And then we got 1 biting Dermo for 5 piercing damage. And we have 1 biting Oz.
Spread it around.
Who misses. And then it's Gibble's turn. And you can move Gibble to a different location as his starting spot, because I just put him somewhere random.
Yeah, he would have been like where I was. Oops, wrong template.
There you go.
Yeah, he would have been like on my stomach as
Okay.
I was watching.
That's fine. You can start him from there.
Yeah. Oh, is it Gibble right now? Okay. He's
Yep.
gonna crawl. My bad. I didn't hear the thump, or I didn't.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna crawl up onto the gator,
Mm-hmm.
and he is going to sting it in the eye.
Okay. That will hit for a considerable 7 damage.
And I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
Ooh, okay. Uh, 12.
He'll make, but he'll take half damage.
Half
6.
of that much, so another 6.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
that is a lot of damage. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that crocodile is not looking so hot. Or alligator. The crocodile stat block, but they're alligators.
You'll hear my character say, "Good boy," as he bites into him. I'm obviously getting crushed by the inside of a crocodile, but I want to show my appreciation for my character. Yeah.
Right.
He feeds heavily off of meat, but also positive feedback.
Okay, this one will do a sort of death roll chomp on Zephylos. Another 8 piercing damage he takes.
How much was it to hit?
20.
20. Mm,
Mod 20. I don't think you can block that without mage armor.
not without mage armor, you son of a gun.
Actually,
said
I don't
another
think
8?
you could block it with mage armor. 8, yeah.
No, 20 is my cap, unfortunately.
It's your turn. You are being restrained by the jaws of an alligator.
Can I attempt a... it's acrobatics or athletics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to attempt an acrobatics check to try and escape.
Okay. A 12 will just barely allow you to wriggle free of its grip.
Hooah! Alrighty. So all my stuff is on the ground. Can I grab my bow and get up for half my movement?
Yep.
Okay. Then I think everybody else is restrained, so
It's kind of what all the cool kids are doing right now. Is it really a party if you're not restrained?
I honestly didn't think that would work. I was not prepared for this.
Now what do we do? You're just standing there looking at all of us getting mangled by gators. And you're just looking at us like, what do I do now?
It's the big lizards.
Get that counted as an action, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So then I will bonus action disengage.
Mm-hmm. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Just
And I will sprint. Straight. Oh dear.
Jim, can I put my hand out to high five him as I'm getting crushed?
Yeah, he's only got your leg.
Nice. I want to put my hand out. Nice.
You give him a low 5. He has to like squat down
I run
to
by,
like
I like to
get you
imagine
because you're on the ground.
of my leg and the jaw getting like rolled or whatever's happening. The momentum is what swings my arm to actually make contact. High five. I just have it hanging there, and then I get jerked, and it actually high fives.
So my Chrome is freaking the hell out right now, and Foundry's a little frozen.
Okay.
I was trying to move 30 feet straight up. Did that actually do that?
You moved 25 feet north-northeast.
You move me like one more square up.
Yeah. There you
Thank
go.
you. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Let's see. This crocodile down here.
My internet just shot itself.
Oh boy.
But we're back, homies.
Oh, you know what else is fun? When I deleted those crocodiles, it didn't put them back in the turn order. God damn it.
Oh boy.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, I think they were at the bottom, though. They were like last.
A lot of them were, yeah.
So I'm gonna manually move them last. Hang on. And this one. Okay. I'll put one there.
That one.
We'll say that that's what was happening.
Yeah, you'll have to move that one back up to between Oz and Striggy though, because that's where he was.
Oh wait, what did I do?
That croc was in between.
Oh, I changed the wrong one. God damn it. Between Oz and Striggy. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a 12.
I think he was a 12 or something.
Yeah, and I was supposed to change the 6. There. Okay, that should be good.
Why not? It won't make a difference.
Okay, Oz just went crocodile. Let's see. I guess he is going to mob onto Dermo, who is already restrained and providing him the best chance of getting fed.
He's got a lot of meat on him. So
yeah, it sounds like an absolutely great idea.
He gets a crit, but he rolls really crappy on the damage, so he takes 7 piercing damage.
Let's all go to the swamp.
I just want you all to know, if I die here tonight, Mascab is dead.
Mascab is dead.
Borb. Oh, also, you can reposition Striggy's starting position as well, like he did with the rat.
It's all good. He'll just do the help action.
Oh, right. It doesn't matter where he moves because he's an owl.
Yep. He'll come over here. He'll do the help action against the one that Jared is next to.
Okay.
And then he'll fly off away.
Okay. He flaps in the gator's face.
With Zephylos' free hand, he got one in the gator, but with the other hand,
I'm gonna say that this. I'm actually kind of surprised that this gives restraint. So I'm gonna be pretty lenient with the movement on this restraint. So you can use a hand, sure, whatever.
Yeah, he's gonna with that hand go through his sleeping bag and pull out his component pouch of runes. He's gonna take out some fire runes.
Awesome. Alligators hate this one trick. Burn them to death with fire. Alligators hate
Get that fire wave sound effect going. Let's go.
9 out of 10 alligators.
Are you ready for this?
Ooh, fire. Ooh, that's a lot of.
Ooh, that's a lot of metal dice.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, cool. Which one succeeded? Okay. Let's have a 27-13. Okay. All of the gators except for this one here just are instantly obliterated by the flames and die.
How's it smell?
In a fiery explosion.
All right, boys. Meat back's on the menu.
Gator's pretty good.
Oh, there's so much meat here right now. It's already cooked.
Well, I mean,
it's like in Minecraft when you have a flaming sword.
Really, but yeah. It's flash burn.
There we go. And this guy's not looking so good.
Boiled for safety.
All right. Zephylos is hoping that by nuking most of them, he gives enough pressure off everyone's plate to be productive.
Dermo, you are restrained as the skater has your leg.
I immediately cast Healing Word on myself. Healing for 7 damage.
Indeed.
And then I follow up with the act of saying, ow!
Ow, indeed.
What I would like to do after that... let me try CR. What is... I guess I just use the drawing tool to see how big something is, right? I'm not sure. That's 25 feet away from themselves. So if like the red things around them, that means they're within that range.
What?
If like I do from me to this crocodile, this corner here is 15 and it turns red, does that mean he's within 15 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I was checking. What I would like to do, now when it says each creature, that does not include friendly, or is that everything?
Creature's any creature.
Okay.
No, I can't.
I don't know if I want to Zephylos this, but I might have to. Just for the cool factor.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Are we fucking everything up? Let's do it.
Do another
Is that what
sacrifice.
we're calling?
Okay.
Is that what we're calling fucking everything up big time? A Zephylos? Because I'm here for it.
We're gonna go ahead and send a Zephylos. All right.
Have you guys watched Community?
No.
They're like there's a character they call it's
Oh.
when something bad happens they go oh you Britted it up, and Britta one time hears it and goes, let's stop using my for saying a small mistake for something, guys, please.
That's a pretty good thunder wave right there, nice.
I was trying to get the one on the left, and I was gonna hit all of us, just to kill everything and push it all away, because then I could immediately get us back up. But because the thing originates from a different point, it does not technically work that way. So I did it instead that way.
Okay. Yeah, they both fail, and take the full 8 thunder damage. In fact, the one that was attacking you, goes limp after you've cast that spell, killing it.
Yeah, but its body still flies 10 feet away from me.
Oh yes, ragdoll.
While flying limp.
How could I forget about our fun ragdoll effects? Pew!
Does this one get flinged away from me?
Oh yeah, wait, I guess.
Yes, it will also get flung away.
Wait,
from
but
you
if it's
10 feet.
grappling you,
Do I go with it?
I think you would.
What if
because it is much larger than you, so I feel like
grappled as he kills it?
This one
this
hasn't
one's
died.
living.
That one's not. Oh, grappling Danny. Yeah, it would drag Danny with it, wouldn't it?
Well, I guess I am
hang on.
Zephylos-ing it, so...
On a failed save, the creature takes damage and is pushed away from you. Yep.
If he has him in his mouth, he's going with him. That just makes
Yep,
logical
I am declaring that he goes with you.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Or
get
that you
flung into
go
the
with
soup.
him. So you get like yanked over there as the alligator goes flying 10 feet. He gets
I think
uncomfortably
Zephylos would
close
be
to
proud of
Oz
me for
again.
that choice.
We're all about sending these.
I think Zephylos seeing me do that would be incredibly proud.
Zephylos,
that should end my turn.
you get like dragged into the mud.
He wouldn't have
as
been
this
mad.
happens. That crocodile's dead. That crocodile's dead. Jared, your turn.
I'm so glad you set their health low enough for us to kill them.
This one has help action on it from the owl flapping in his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action for when Gibble attacks. I'm going to attack as well with my hand that's free apparently.
Okay.
Since he's got my leg in his mouth, I'm gonna rapier him.
Okay. Well, the crocodile is going to swing its tail, splashing some water in your face, to disengage and try to run away.
Mm-hmm. Can we both?
It's sort of like half run, half swims in the shallow water.
Bummer.
That's as far as he can go. That guy's dead. Gibble.
Yeah, I imagine he's out of range. Right? Let me see. Yeah,
How far can he move?
He's out of range. He's going to come over to... Actually, he's going to help action me. Since I lost my action.
Okay. This croc is also seeing that his buddies have been obliterated. Disengage with a big splash of water from his tail and then swim away.
Smartest alligator people.
And of course, you're no longer restrained once they move away.
Your species doesn't survive hundreds of million years by not disengaging when you realize you're not fit for the combat.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, literally, yes.
Employee of the month over there running away.
So my Chrome is kind of still having a seizure.
Okay.
I can see the combat tracker. It looks like Dermo's still restrained, according to that.
Oh, he shouldn't be.
I'm still restrained too, I think, right? Oh no, you got me.
Is anybody still restrained? It looks.
Nope.
Okay.
No, the Crocs are running away. The two that are remaining.
If all the Crocs are running away, I'm gonna ready an action if any of them turn around to continue attack or relaunch an attack.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. They will continue to flee. Oh wait, it's not their turn yet. Bird.
Her turn. It keeps telling me it's my turn. I get it.
Sorry,
Zaid.
I'm removing stuff.
Zaid, I get it. I'm going
It's
to go.
annoying to have to scroll. To have to scroll past them.
My bird will help action this lizard, and then fly away.
Large lizard. Okay. All right, now Zephylos can shoot him.
Zipple's going to bop him with an ice rush.
Bop
for
it.
inconveniencing me.
Twist it.
That one didn't even inconvenience you.
You do hit with the 16. And obliterate it as it freezes up and keels over. You
I
did.
had that, I'll say.
I get it.
It's
my turn.
As I put my leg back together.
Alright. Dermo, there's one left that is fleeing.
That's interesting, because I don't want him to be alive anymore. Let me just check something real quick. How hurt does he look? Does he look pretty good?
He's been injured.
He's been injured. Okay.
He was exploded by the thunderwave. A little bit.
Okay. Well. You see Dermo, against all better judgment, not be able to move because I turned on, what's it called? The wrong thing. Run up to the one that's fleeing, and in a rage that you do not normally see from the peaceful giant, cast Spike Growth.
Okay. Spiky. Crocodiles, clearly the natural predator of gobbies.
The owl said that? That's whack.
Dude, the owl's so weird.
Okay. Cool, man.
That will end my turn, and it'll end his life.
Probably, unless Jared gets him first.
Doesn't matter. Had DPS.
I'm gonna cast Booming Blade.
Boomer Blade.
How do I use them Facebooks?
My old Scourge Blade.
Wait,
You
how are
know
you
when the
using
Cowboys
Booming
come on, you
Blade
don't
from
bother.
this range?
Does it have to be a melee weapon? Oh, it doesn't have to be. I was gonna make a range.
Yeah. Melee attack against one creature within 5 feet.
That's my range, isn't it? Alright, I'll make a range attack then.
Alright.
I'll drop and switch. And I'll pop off with the old short bow.
Ooh.
Natural.
Oh.
That really hurts, you know? I don't
Why
like...
does that also have +2? Did you add your weapon proficiencies?
Yeah. I should have. Oh, I'm not proficient with short bows.
You're not?
No. I don't think so.
Why aren't you? Isn't that a simple weapon?
I am proficient with short bows. That's simple weapons, yeah.
Oh, maybe it fucked it up because you added the items after the proficiencies. Or before you gave yourself the... I'm going to manually check those, and hopefully it doesn't screw all the future ones up. But anyway, that'd be a nat 1 either way, so it'll be a miss.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Wasn't I getting helped, though?
Oh, wait. Were you?
Not on this one.
Gibble gave me the help action.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
He didn't have anything else to do because he was going to attack and he couldn't.
I think with an attack, the help action has to be used on the target.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, you good.
There's a mastermind feature that does that the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mastermind. Anyway, Gibble's turn.
Yeah,
The ground is covered in spikes around the alligator, though.
Yeah, he would have been like on me, but yeah, he's not gonna move. He's going to jump over to Dermo and cast help on him in case he needs it, and that's his turn.
Cool. The crocodile is stupid and does not understand the spikes, so he is going to move through and take a bunch of damage. Which will kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Wait, does it actually calculate how much damage you're supposed to take based on how many squares you move?
Yeah.
No, I did that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I rolled that while I had the crocodile selected.
Because you knew
That's
he
why
was
it says crocodile 64. That's that combat. Oh, nobody died. That's pretty good.
I am so surprised.
It's
I
the first
literally.
time for everything, right, DM?
To be
I was
clear,
so scared.
I did not choose your watch as the one where you would get ambushed
I'm
because your perception was crappy.
giving you shit, yeah. It's always Khan, it's always Jared, right? It's always that one, the loose link in the roll. Jared's gonna come over to this flash frozen one, and he's gonna grab what he can of it and drag it back over to the fire.
Oh yeah.
Or probably.
Well, yep, you can harvest a whole lot of alligator meat now. if you
Yeah, I want to try to take its hide off clean if I can.
Yeah, you, I guess it was your watch, so you can do that anyway without missing out on any sleep, because it'll take a while.
Mm-hmm. Jibble's
Yep.
gonna help me with it.
Okay. You can make a for funsies survival check to see if it's really good or just okay.
Alright. Gonna be garbage. Okay.
Ooh, that's a nice hide there.
It's a nice hide. Okay. Maybe the flash freezing helps separate the fat from the flat, or from the...
Oh yeah, totally.
Something like that. We could rationalize it. Cool. How do you want me to put that in my... character?
I don't know. Good quality alligator hide.
Cool.
The pachyderm is gonna walk back over where he's sleeping and immediately fall
You
back to
can
sleep.
make it be like 20 pounds. I don't know. How much does alligator hide weigh? Probably a lot.
Probably
About
like
as much as the alligator, minus the meat.
30
The
or
meat is most of it.
maybe
Yeah.
20 or...
Yeah, you're welcome for the answer.
I just put 20 pounds. Doesn't really matter.
Say that you have 20 pounds of alligator hide. That's almost 2 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, Zephylos is gonna go back to sleep like immediately.
Okay.
Same.
No further disturbances occur during this night. And you wake up the following morning, having been
Oh, let me get that big old
sort
L
of
rest.
okay rested.
DM, when I go to wake up Dermo for his shift, I'm going to show him that I am roasting a rather sizable alligator tail
Oh yeah.
over what now is I wouldn't say a roaring fire, but a roasting fire, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'll explain to him that you have to keep the spit going, and I'll like show him that I literally have my rapier going through it like a
Okay.
like a spit, and I'm just like spinning it on a rope.
I'm
like,
pretty sure I understand it. Yeah, I'll keep it going throughout my shift. Yeah.
Like, if you ever seen a lathe, like a non-electric lathe that has a
Right.
rope.
Well, and do you have a pommel or not pommel, but a knuckle guard on your saber?
Yeah,
or no?
the rope is going.
Yeah, so
through
I'll use that.
In it like a lathe, and you could see that I had my leg up in a certain way where I was just tilting my leg, and it was spinning the alligator leg.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll do that during my watch for sure.
Nice. And
There you go, nice.
And I'm going back to sleep.
Back to sleep you go. And the next morning you wake alive.
If the meat or whatever I'm cooking for him looks like it needs to be done before it gets to a point of problem, I will take it off. But otherwise, if he said not to, I'll leave it on.
I would have given it to him with enough time to get 2 hours of sleep and come back, and it's good to go.
Perfect. Yeah, so I wouldn't bother it.
It won't burn. As long as it's moving, it won't burn.
Yeah,
cool.
I'll do that. So no pulling it off.
You can
mark
that as
for all three of us.
Oh, nice. Okay. You can mark that as, I guess, 3 days worth of alligator meat.
It won't last that long, but yeah, it's mostly just breakfast.
You know, the 30 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, it'll spoil before then, brother. But
right.
Yeah, we're eating what we can, so we don't have to use up those rations we got.
Yep. Yeah. That being said, so there's 3 people's worth of food for the morning there. So we need 1 more ration or good berry or something marked away.
I have.
Assuming that you eat the alligator first.
Well, yeah. Dermo doesn't eat alligator though, so he will. Dermo will either eat his good berry or a ration. Let's see. I have 8 rations. That should be fine because I do have good berry if I fall back on it. I'm gonna use a ration so I don't use up a spell slot.
Okay. Alright, that's accounted for then.
I'll go ahead and mark it out of my inventory.
Ooh.
By the way, the ration
consist of
image
dry
looking like
foods.
meat is not accurate.
Yeah. Dermo's rations need to be like a head of lettuce.
I ate. So my ration, you notice I pull it out. It's in a bento box, and it
Bento box.
And it's like fresh quinoa, and
Quinoa.
When I get up that morning, DM, I'm going to set up my mess kit, pull out my small little pan that I have in there, and mix up some flour and some salt, and pour some water from my water skin into it, mix it together, and make some thin, like, tortilla style kind of bread to go with the alligator.
Yummy.
And I'll hand a tortilla to each of the party members, and I'll have 2 for myself.
I will definitely take
tonight.
that. Yeah, no, I would definitely take the tortilla and use it to wrap up my my
lettuce.
cheeses and my lettuce and stuff, and make it into. And I actually have potatoes in there, so I make a spicy potato soft taco from Taco Bell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't bring any potatoes. I only bring salt and flour usually.
These are like special potatoes because I wanted to make a spicy potato soft taco. So
it's closer to a cracker bread than a tortilla, really.
It's okay. I'll eat it.
No, I mean what I made for the
It's
party.
like a tostada.
Yeah.
Ooh, a tostada. I love
It's
tostadas.
it's like a thick, unleavened bread that's toasted on both sides. Looks like a tortilla, but it's just thicker and denser.
I'm gonna eat it. I don't care. As
It's
long as I
hungry.
make sure I verify while he's doing this that it's not made out of.
Yeah, no, I'm already eating mine. Like, I cook them up really quick, and I hand one out to each of you, and I'm just eating it. I'm not even looking at you to see what you're doing with it. I'm just eating. All the same ingredients is what I'm eating, so there's no
Let me just. Can I actually? What do you call it? Retcon one thing real quick. And that is that instead of what I did, I will now have
Vegetarian rations. Gotta find a different picture.
No, it's
that. No,
vegan.
see, actually, it's actually hilarious because it's like the Beyond, so it's like it looks like it, but it's not.
It's Beyond Meat.
No, what it is it's the
Beyond rations, yeah.
the
I'm
mega.
looking through the food
It's like
pictures
Megafauna
now.
dinosaurs that you see on like Anacrondia. They're monsters.
Oh yeah.
They're made of plants, so you can.
Wait, there
Yeah, no,
actually
you're
is a
totally
head
right.
of cabbage that you can use.
I will be doing that 1 second.
Our great lord Brassica Prime would not approve.
Yeah, well,
Hang
Brassica
on.
Prime
Do you
sucks.
want purple
You know,
or
on
green
Cramsha,
There's a whole
there are the
folder
plant
full
lizard.
of plants.
Yeah, just do any of them. Honestly, I actually like the fact that you just choose a random one. I like that.
There's a purple cabbage, there's a green cabbage, there's corn, there's
I
a
wouldn't eat purple
cucumber, there's
cabbage. Purple's
garlic,
weird.
there's peas,
I would associate
there's
purple with
radish,
my skin tone.
there is a ginger-looking root, there's a pumpkin, there's like gourds,
Do pumpkin. It's in season.
Yeah,
there's
do a pumpkin
broccoli,
also because
there's
of World of
asparagus,
Warcraft.
there's like cauliflower.
No, I vote pumpkin. Final answer.
Pumpkin?
All
Okay, there's
flowers,
like
just
4
all
different
broccoli,
pumpkins.
don't at me.
Yeah, pick the best one.
Do you want the perfectly round one or like the bumpy one?
Bumpy?
Bumpy. It's ribbed for his pleasure.
Yes.
My man likes a bumpy fruit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wait, hang on, you can't see that. Go ahead and ping
Yeah, you
those
know.
again for me
Pumpkin's my
from
favorite.
your inventory.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go.
As I like, boys.
Bumpy pumpkin now.
A bumpkin, if you will.
Bumpkin.
All right, final answer. I just ate 3 rations. You watch me unhinge my jaw, eat an entire ration, followed up with a vegetarian ration, and then pull out an entire pumpkin and just eat it right then and there.
Like a hippo.
You've been carrying a pumpkin around this whole time.
That's all that video.
I'm gonna say, where in the god
Oh,
as you get one of those as you eat the pumpkin? Where were you carrying it? And I'll like start looking
a
you up.
pressing question from my friend in the chat. Why Zephylos look like red Boba Fett?
Why not?
He kind of does look like red Boba Fett.
Wait, technically you are a bounty hunter, so, you know.
Wait a minute.
Technically,
Are
I'm
you-
not a bounty hunter.
What? Since
We're,
when?
we're hunting the bounty
For a man
of...
who's taking bounties.
We're hunting the bounty of friendship.
You're hunting the bounty of
Picker-upper.
Drezel's friend that lives in the middle of the swamp for some reason. But you're not going to kill him. You're just going to go and check up on him.
Cephalos is all like, hey, let's go out to this swamp and talk to my dead god in an abandoned building. And everyone's like, let's do it.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's no
Yeah.
different than my real life, honestly.
I'm here for it. I love chaos. I thrive in it. And
Oh,
my
we don't
play-
use the C word around here.
You don't.
Cool.
Dun dun dun.
Which direction shall the party token head next?
Let's go. Let's go south.
Follow
Go
the coast
south.
a little bit more.
Let's go south and then east. Let's hug this kind of water a little bit, I'm thinking. At
Okay,
least we
yeah,
can
protect
stay
ourselves
near-
on one side.
I think at least we can stay near the food because where water is, there's critters that stay near food. Also,
Well, it
more
also gives us protection because one side of us can't be attacked from because of
Unless
the
alligators
river south being
water.
blessed. Well, no, because it's blessed water. I doubt that alligators
That's
can.
left water right here.
I don't think that affects
No,
animals.
I thought you were talking over here. I thought you were talking about the river south.
So
I'm
as a
gonna
player,
get
I don't.
Oz while we're arguing, I'm gonna say, Oz, what do you think?
As a player, I don't remember exactly where on the map we were given like a rough, like here, go to this general area. He's probably around here.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know that he showed you on the map. I think he just said that he lives in the southern end of the swamp somewhere.
So we know we have to go south.
The other location, rough directions you were given is that Mort'ton is roughly south of Canavas.
Oh, we long rested, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, when he says south and all that, were we given a specific landmark to look for, or was this?
Nope.
Okay. What was our description of the man we were searching for? Could you remind me, please?
His name is Filliman Tarlock.
Okay.
He is a priest and an old friend of Drezel's, a follower of Guthix.
I don't
he-
know. Do
he
I know a lot about
lives
Guthix from my
somewhere
time
secluded
around
in the
Palador?
swamp.
Obviously, they're more ceremonious there, but would I have been told about Guthix and maybe the the fact that it's
You know that
ceremonious?
he is a He is a god that is followed by many druids, although not necessarily all of them, as Dirtmo's
Right.
proof of that. He is closely associated with balance and sometimes with nature as well. Any more than that, you can make a religion check
Now,
for.
when I hear that, no, I think that's actually perfect. With that information, I would be on the lookout while we are progressing for something that fits that bill of what I was told when I was in Falador. The idea of like a natural or maybe a nature-based.
Yeah, it's a little
person.
bit difficult to know exactly what you're looking for because it might be kind of like hidden.
But I will just keep an eye out with that in my brain. I'm going to think
Yeah.
about Guthix as a god, and I'm going to think about this person as being of Guthix without any recollection of anything Guthixian.
Makes sense. Pick a tile, any tile.
How far can we move? In a
One
straight
at a
line?
time.
Oh, we each get to move once.
Well,
all move once.
You're moving together. You can move 4 tiles during your 1 day of travel.
That's what I was asking. Okay. I want to move us 1 south. So if you guys are fine with moving 1 tile south for my turn, I think that's a good.
I'm down.
I do not have permission to move them.
I don't think it's really we each get to move the thing once. So we
you
agree
are
on which
deciding
direction we're
together.
going.
I think we can
Well,
still
I
go
decide
down.
south. I think I think my mental on this is having the salve on our side at least protects us from vampires invading towards us. And if we need to, we can always run that direction because we know we can pass through. I'm saying this generally. I don't, obviously know that, but I'm gonna say, we know we can go into the River South to evade an enemy that may be of a Zamorakian or, corrupted.
Correction,
faith.
you can run into the River South.
Oh? Oh, that's right.
Not everybody in the party can run into the River South. Although you may or may not, Dermo may or may not know this.
You all can't even touch the water then. With that being said, I still think it's good to have the cover of the water on our side. It just reduces the amount of...
If you want to get over to the River South, we'd have to go like half a day's travel to the west.
No, I
that'd be like close to a day's worth just west.
Yeah, I meant let's continue south, but keeping the salve on our side, meaning not getting closer per se, but not getting further away, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Reducing the distance that more, because I don't know if there's an encampment over here. I don't know if there's, something, but I definitely know there's something over there. So, yeah. Going to continue south. Final answer.
That works for me.
Works for me.
Okay. I'm hearing a general consensus.
Unanimous.
Now, for the real kicker, pick the next tile.
Okay, boys.
Make it shorter
than that. Can we see the River South
one.
from here or no?
No, it's
no.
20 miles
It
away.
is 20 miles to your west.
Vision is
and
what?
It's
6
foggy.
miles, 1 mile. Like what's our
vision is like bad because of the fog.
Okay.
Probably like not even a mile.
We can go through those trees, right? Those trees are not like a physical blockade.
I will tell you when there is a physical blockade.
Okay. I have no reason not to continue south. I mean, we were told this fourth and guy is south.
Well, south of Canopus.
Well, no, Mort'ton south of Canopus. He's in the south part of the swamp. So our initial goal was to go pretty far south, and then eventually to start heading right.
Okay. So once we find the foreman, that's when we can head to the right. Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, we don't know. We're all doing this blind. We're just going down until it feels right to start going right.
Yeah, we can keep going south until we hit something. I mean, there's no reason to change trajectory until something alerts us. I mean, we're walking blind, so what difference does right, left, up, or down really make if if it's all equal. So we should just continue in a straight line until we have reason to change directory, right?
The whole time I'm like looking at Oz. He's the guy who knows more about this area than me, and I don't want to die, so...
And I trust Oz. He has a face you can trust.
Oh yes.
He's got the biggest face on that token.
He does. He is zoomed.
I mean, south again. It's good with me.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'll be good. Let's do it.
Okay, one more south.
Hey, we did it in
Now
half
we
the
get to
time.
roll on the fun table.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Give me a moment, please. Oh, we've been on that map already. Okay, wait, hang on. We'll go over here, I guess.
All right. That sounds very assured. We'll go over here, I guess.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, I wasn't worried, but now I am.
You should be.
Well, now I'm not.
What CR are these? Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Interesting.
We just can't catch a break in this death swamp.
I think that's a good stopping point when the DM asks, what CR are these?
Hey, you don't know. It could be another, like, cliff, like before.
When he's not sure what he's throwing at us, we call it, yeah?
I haven't decided. How?
I didn't know the swamp was a dungeon, do you? It sure feels like it. I do need a 5 minute though. Give me a second.
Wait, what does this say? Oh, did I reuse the token and then not change the name of? God damn it. Beasts. Oh, why would I do that? Okay. Silly me. Okay, do these. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that is very interesting. Alright. Okay. Now, who did I have doing what during travel? During travel... I had Zephylos foraging herbs, I had Striggy watching, I had Oz navigating and watching, I had Jared reading, and Dermo doing jack shit.
Excuse me.
Cool. Let us have some quick perception checks from Oz and Striggy.
Alright. Are these public?
Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, nice. Ooh, pretty good. I kind of doubt that we'll beat that. Oh, yeah, not if they get it.
Hey, I hear the booing.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of a booing crowd coming from coming from the side.
It was coming out of the swamp.
Coming out of the swamp.
Oh yeah, those are the famous booing vines.
Booing vines, of course. Obviously. Okay. From the east, Oz, as well as Striggy, hear the sound of multiple approaching beasts. They don't quite know that you've spotted them or heard them yet, because they are in sort of like a ambush sort of stance. hiding in the bushes over to the side. They look kind of like big, kind of like big panthers. They have like a sort of feline, a large feline sort of body, pretty muscular, big
How are they
huge
feline?
teeth. They have black skin and long tails. They are. How far away are they? They are a little bit ahead of you and about 50 feet to the side of your travel path, which is southward.
I am going to quietly...
There are 3 of them, and they're rather big. They're about as big as the alligators from before.
I'm going to quietly get the others' attention and let them know there's something coming and we should take cover.
I'd like to prepare an attack. I don't know what he's telling us to take cover for, but my instinctive reaction is to prepare my weapon to attack.
And then I will do my best to not be visible to them.
Let's see. Have they spotted you already?
You did say it didn't look like they'd spotted us yet.
I did say that, didn't I? Okay. You guys can go ahead and make a stealth checks.
Can I do you one better, GM?
Yeah. Are you gonna turn invisible?
Why roll stealth when I can roll a 2?
Ooh, yeah, with a +7.
You know, Dermo and stealth go together like Dermo and stealth.
There's just nothing like the two combined.
Can't have one without the other.
Alright, what we got here? We got a 9, we got a 24, we got an 11, and Zephylos. You're next, sir. Oh my god, those are terrible, you guys. What the heck?
We were actually trying to be bad.
Oh, wait, you were.
Oh, those were quite bad. Let's see if they spot you.
I was speaking, so it was a little hard to, I just draw attention to myself when talking. I can't help it.
Okay. Oz, after you've notified the party that you've spotted them, you start to kind of like inch your way, kind of maybe backwards or giving them a wide berth. However, oh, you don't have to do it for the followers. That's fine. You try to guide the party, kind of inching them over to the side around these creatures. But as you move, you do make a little bit of noise together as a group. And you see, Oz, you see one of the creatures lift its head and look directly at you.
Scatter!
Could Dermo... Yeah, wait, would this count as a animal, or would this be a creature?
It's probably a beast. It looks very much like one.
So I'm assuming...
Although not one that you've seen before.
Beastly, if you will.
It is beastly. Could I go ahead and... there's only one looking at us?
Shortly after the one peers over, it gives a little snarl and gets the other one's attention.
I'm going to speak with it.
Sleep with it, brother.
I'm going to
what?
Sleep with it. That's speak
with
it.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to immediately whip it out and just get it on with the giant. Yeah, no.
No.
I'm going to put my hands up.
Okay.
In like a.
Yep. You definitely have their attention now. Yep.
All right. I'll say, we mean no harm. We want to pass by. If you are hungry or need anything, I can provide for you. Okay. Without need for violence.
The one that is closest to you lets out a loud and deep snarl. But you can understand now because you have speak with animals. Let's see. How do I want to do this? See, when you have speak with animals, does it become persuasion or is it still animal handling?
I would like to argue in favor of whichever one is higher for me.
Yeah, I feel like I could let you choose. At that point,
I
and
would like to do animal handling if at all possible.
Yeah, you can do it with advantage.
Absolutely my best.
You can do it with advantage. Yeah.
Send it.
Okay. The beast snarls back at you, and you can understand what it's saying now. It says, "Give us the food, quickly."
I will immediately. See, I think it would think I'm tricking it if I tried to give it a good berry, even though that is the correct answer here, because it would make it full.
You have a good point. It'd probably be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. I think it would think I'm tricking it. So I will ask for a portion of crocodile meat from who was it? Was it Garrett or Shav's new character who had it?
I thought everybody ate it already.
Okay, if he ate it, I'm gonna still ask them for food. I don't have anything that these things would want. I'm gonna let them know.
Judging by their huge teeth, no.
Yeah, they want food, so they can leave us alone. If we can offer them something to persuade them to not need this to go to violence, we could. What we could do? I'll make good berries, and I will cover the meat in them. So they will get full from it, but they'll think they're just eating meat.
I'm just waving my rapier in my hand the whole time, eyeing.
They are slowly like approaching you.
Yeah, as Dermo's saying that, I'm like, brother, they think we are meat, and I'm thinking they are meat too. And I'm like, getting ready to go. Like I said, I'm prepared to attack and ready to go.
We have fought 4 times in the past 2 days.
Me though, I'm prepared to booming blade attack with my rapier.
Could I do anyone offer me meat, or are they pretty much not give me the option?
I will.
Okay. Just he doesn't have to be a big piece because I'm gonna throw it. He can eat it, and the good berry will immediately enact to make him full. So it won't matter. So yeah, okay. So and this will be a good sign. So I'll take the piece of meat and put my good berry onto it to make it like a single thing, and toss it to the leader who I'm speaking to.
And how much meat? How much meat did you throw him?
How much meat did I throw him?
Well, I'm not the one with the crocodile meat, so I guess I just.
Well, the crocodile meat's gone now, so
yeah,
regular ration piece. Yeah, so the meat portion of the ration I would take out from the offer that he gave me. And how much is in a ration normally? Would you say it's like a ham leg or something like that?
A ration is like
a half pound of jerky, half pound to a pound of jerky. It's a day. It's a day sustainment.
Yeah, it's like 1 pound of food. It's 1 day's worth of sustainment for a humanoid.
So what I'll do is, I'll split it into 2. Put the berries on it and toss it between. So are they like in a triangle? You said there's 3 of them, or how many?
They're kind of fanned out.
How many are there?
There's 3.
Okay, yeah. So I'll toss the 2 to the right and left of the leader, and I'll say, there you go. There's some food for you. Trust me, it will be plenty.
It looks down at the food, and then it looks up at you, snarls again. It says, "More."
Go ahead and eat what I've given you, and if you're still hungry, I have plenty more.
Okay, I'm gonna use your moderately good animal handling check here to have them start to eat the food. How many good berries did you put on it?
Well, that's the thing. So up to 10 berries can appear in my hand and are infused with magic.
Wait, did you cast good berry today?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me go ahead and activate that real quick.
Yeah, and you need to roll a 1d4 to see how many berries you get.
Oh right. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that. Perfect.
You get 2 berries.
Perfect. Yeah, because I put it on 2 pieces of meat.
Okay. They quickly devour the like literally just 1 pound of meat and 2 good berries. Which only takes like a matter of like 8 seconds. And then they look back at you and they say, "We are still hungry."
It shouldn't be hungry.
Okay, to be fair, there's 3 of them, and you gave them 2 good berries,
Right.
and also
Well,
they're much
them to
larger
fight
than
over
you.
it. Yeah, I was expecting them to fight over it.
It's funny because
Now
I did similar in a session last week, and I thought the same thing would happen, and I was surprised when it didn't. So it's funny.
Right. Now it does say a creature. It doesn't specify a small, large, or intermittent.
Yeah, I figure 1 good berry is good for creatures, DM too.
It's magical. It's a magical item. I feel
but
like it can scale.
there were 2 good berries and 3 of the creatures.
Yes, that is a big point. I was doing this to make them fight, but
And the amount of meat was like paltry. Also.
Right.
It's 1 pound of meat. They're huge.
Fair.
They're like the size of a horse.
Yeah, that's not a snack for their.
But I'll just say, you know, like, fuck you. If they're ready to fight, I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. But I tried. I definitely tried.
Dermo draws the line at 1 extra good berry. Love it. I'm ready to fight, DM. Whenever
Well, because I split the food into 2, so I'd have to take another one of his rations. I feel terrible about that. And they're not going to eat just a straight good berry.
No,
I can tell you,
they
they're
probably
not
would
someone
not.
who won't talk to me like
Okay.
that.
All right.
You tried.
Immediately before they even have a chance, once I see that they're not going for it, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my staff and send 2 Eldritch Blasts at the one that I didn't feed.
All right, that will start our combat then. We'll go back
No surprise round. I think we're making progress, guys.
Yeah, no surprise round this time.
Yeah, we surprised them for once.
No, we
didn't. It only cost me 2 spell slots.
Maybe next time, but hey, there's no surprise round. They definitely.
It cost me 2 spell slots just to get told to go fuck myself.
Yeah, let's see. I think I'm not gonna do a surprise, but maybe I'll just have Dermo go first. I don't know.
You didn't know that they were nail bees?
I mean, I had. Are we literally running Yes,
we are.
We are? Okay. That's
yes,
awesome.
This is a temple track.
Yeah, we're running a track. All right.
Yeah, I literally just copied it. You guys think I come up with anything by myself?
No, you have a whole Discord full of now DMs that run stuff for you, and you just steal it, right? Like the Halloween one shot that I run now.
Wait, did I even write this as a brew? Okay, this might just be a vanilla monster that I made into a nail beast. Anyway,
leopard.
How did they? Hey, where are all the initiative rolls? Come on, guys, let's go.
Oh, sorry, I thought you did it.
No.
Did I really roll a 4 again? My God.
Well, good thing you initiated. You get to go first.
No, right, but Christ. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and
did
which
Dan
one did I
fall
not
asleep
feed?
again? Dan, no, why?
Daniel.
It was the RP. It was the beast RP that got him.
I mean,
yeah, it's been the past couple of weeks that he's been this way.
we can wrap up before we do.
Well,
first
wait,
round.
real quick before we do, which ones ate the food?
They all ate portions of it.
Oh, okay, so they like shared little bits.
Yeah, they like fought over the little tiny
that's
pieces
what I was
of
hoping
meat
for.
and berry juice.
Yeah, that pussy. I know.
All right, I'm not gonna roll for his thing. We'll start this later. We'll start this next time.
Well, now we know. Good berries only do so much for stopping aggressive animals, so that's good to know.
Well,
I mean, if I'm being serious, if there were 3 good berries mixed in there, they would have been full, and then they would have been like, that was weird. Okay, bye.
Yeah, but you didn't give enough.
Right.
Still hungry, and you had
or if you had put like 4 or 5 pounds of meat, maybe.
From I think from what my character saw, he's like, Dermo's like, here, give me some meat, and I will feed them with some good berries. I was like, okay, that sounds like a good way to get rid of them. And then you threw it, they growled at you, and then you attacked.
Yeah, so
Pretty much.
From the perspective, I look insane as always.
Yeah. If you had said literally anything to us, I would have been like, well, let's just give them some more food.
He didn't ask.
Yeah.
So I draw the line at asking my friend for 2 more pounds of meat. Or
I felt
casting 1
guilty
more first
already,
spell.
okay? Lord, let me feel guilty.
It's okay. It'll be a fun
Hey,
encounter.
look. Hey, now I will say, just as a big open book, this is a big change from Dermo being too pacifistic. So now he's just randomly aggressively attacking animals. You know,
Was
for
he
fun.
like hyper pacifistic before?
He was less like he was a bit more passive.
Defense.
Yeah, I guess so. He wouldn't like
initiate.
just he definitely wouldn't have initiated an
Yeah,
combat
he wouldn't have
with,
walked up
with
to an animal,
animals.
fed it, and
That's
then
fair.
immediately attacked it. I mean, that'd be
I guess
weird.
he's changed. Maybe it's his contract.
Yeah. That little dark spinge in his tummy.
Anyhow, let's do our 3 favorites before Dan wakes up.
I was gonna say my favorite's Dan's still here, but I might have spoke too early. Dan, are you there?
I can't even like spam loud music in
There's
the bot
no
anymore.
way this joke isn't even funny anymore.
I don't
We
know
gotta
how he
get-
can fall asleep at
Dan
a
goes
desk. Like, it's
first
still
if we don't
uncomfortable.
go. Dan goes first if we don't go. I'm done.
You know what? From now on, we had to have him give his 3 favorites at the beginning, just in case.
Give us 3 favorites at the beginning of the session before we start from last session.
Yeah. 3 favorites of things that might happen in the upcoming session.
No, he used to do it the recap from last because he owes us every time.
Yeah, right. My favorite thing is that I genuinely thought we were going to die against those crocodiles. Like, I literally was like staring at my HP.
I thought so too. We were all like in
Yeah.
the jaws of one of them for a moment. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Actually, no. If I had to say my one favorite thing, it's the fact that I yeeted a crocodile and took Zephylos with him. And I hope to do that many more times. I do like that I'm changing it up a little bit using some different spells. So that's my favorite thing I've done, is open up the spell book a bit more and be a little bit more adventurous with my usages and like things like that. I like the little RP that I think it was Oz or Garrett, I can't remember. I think it was shared, where I think he was sucking his own blood or something like that. I'm not sure, but he put, like little hints that he's trying to drop, and I really appreciate that. Because I'm not sure what it means yet, but I'm pretty sure it means he just sucked his own blood, which I don't know if that's cool in the vampire community, but
Yeah, I guess.
I love the RP stuff. Like I like that I don't know stuff about them, and I'm actually learning more information as we go through. And it's not just like I'm reading your character page and we're instantly best friends. Like I kind of like that you're more standoffish and like obviously even with your last character, but just like you guys know each other, so you're more connected, and me and Zephylos know each other, so we're more connected. So like it's like how real friendships happen, or companionships. It's just like you have to integrate. It's not instantaneous like, hey, we just met, I'm gonna die for you.
Right. We're getting there, but you've healed me, and then you showed an interest in my familiar, so I was like, all right, maybe I'll let him hop over.
Hey, you show me a rat, I'm gonna show you some pats. I'll tell you that.
There you go. I'll throw you a rat if you throw him a pat. How about that?
Well, don't throw your rat, because I don't know if that's good for their brains.
He likes being thrown. As long as if you don't hit the ground, he likes it. If you can get...
It's kind of funny. We have a barn owl and a rat, which are like mortal enemies.
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Anyway, that's all my 3 favorites.
I'll go next.
No, I didn't say DM. Did I? Did I say DM?
Danny wanted to go?
Did he?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, he's sleeping.
Sorry, I thought he said something. Go ahead, DM. Do yours.
August, are you finished?
Yeah, no, I realized I did say everything. I'm good.
Okay. Something I like that some of you guys did. Shoot, there was something and then I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, I also like kind of how there's like two different sort of little cliques in the party between the two people that know each other, the two like pairs that know each other a little bit better. And there's some like interesting dynamics where like Zephylos and Dermo tend to like agree on like what they should do a lot more, and then like Jared and Oz kind of the same thing, and they have to kind of figure out where to go from there. Sometimes that's fun and interesting most of the time. Something that I did, RP with the animals, with speak with animals is fun, and also Dermo using that spell pretty liberally this session was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I realized I have not been using as many spell slots as I could because of how fast our days kind of generally go. So I was like, I should just use all my spell slots.
Yeah, speak with animals is a fun one. You can usually get
free,
something useful out of it, and if not, then you get to make your DM RP some
really
silly
liked,
stuff.
Yeah, I really liked that I did get information, but it wasn't like instantaneous. Like the gecko thing was like, I don't know, I saw a big lizard, and I was like, oh, definitely gonna be a snake.
Yeah.
Then.
I like how you guys are like, what the hell is a big lizard? And it's like, oh, alligators, obviously.
Yeah, that.
I thought you guys
so
would pick up on
whenever
that more. I thought you guys would pick up on that like instantly as soon as I said like big lizard in a swamp.
You say that, but you also have to remember, we're playing a game with vampires and shit, so like our brain isn't like, hey, real life stuff first.
That's fair.
I was thinking like, okay, giant demon snakes and like, murderous, like...
No, they're just alligators.
That's
for
a literal big lizard.
Big lizard. You were like, ah yes, a very large horse-sized gecko. That's what's gonna kill us.
I'll go if you're done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Something that I did that I liked was I like that Jared didn't really try to escape the jaws of the alligator. He just kind of fought from within it. Something is just kind of like I felt like it was just like him versus the gator at that point. Something that I like that another character did was, man, it's like every session Dermo's getting more and more druidy, and at the same time he's doing stuff that's not characteristic of a druid either. So it's fun to see what the hell August is doing when he plays it.
It's a little secret called not knowing what you're doing at all times.
No, but it's also like
it's still an interesting character though.
Like,
well, the character doesn't know he's a druid. Like he knows what he's doing in himself, but yet
arrows, you've like kind of opened up this Pandora's box, so to speak, of what.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see.
Yeah, he's a druid, but he doesn't know it. So he's like kind of playing fast and loose because he was also the defender of his tribe. So it wasn't like he was like a pacifistic, like, love everyone kind of druid. He was like a druid who also knew how to kick butt.
He's a druid that's becoming a little more fluid, if you will.
Hey, a fluid druid.
And then something
changing my Snapchat name real quick
is he's making this swamp feel like we're level 3 running through it, and it's great because we're level 4 or 5, and it's the same feeling. You know what I mean? It feels like we're not getting out of here, is what I'm saying. Like, it's the first time I ran through Morty Swamp as a kid, like, all my food went bad. I lost all my shrimp, you know what I mean? And like I was trying to make it into Burger Rock because I heard there was some stuff, and then I got to the gate and I didn't have the quest, and I had to run back. I died, dude. You know what I mean? Like it feels like that. So I like that the swamp feels dangerous. It's not a place that people who even live here all the time venture. You know, it's not.
Yeah. I died at Barrows in like 2007, and I lost a full set of rune, and I quit for like 2 weeks.
Oof.
Yeah, once I figured out the swamp and stuff, you can just pay the ferry dude, and he'll take you down there for like to the Barrows for like I don't remember what it is, 30 coins.
Oh, spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Well, back in like 2007. In like 2007, you couldn't, what's it called? You couldn't like fast travel or anything. So like literally, since I didn't have runes or anything, I was walking from Lumbridge all the way back up to the entrance to get back over there. And So I was just not fast enough whatsoever.
I mean, I remember I used the fairy dude, and that's how I got to the Barrows. I used to make mad bank at the Barrows. I got a triple chest in 2007. What up? No one believed me.
Holy crap.
I
That's
got
insane.
it on my work computer. It was fucking toy.
I never got crap from barrows in old school
so much
or
money.
back in whenever. Although the first time I did it was probably not until like 2010 or 2012 or something. So.
And this was 10 mil.
That's why you're late.
10 mil chest.
Right, that was like enough to buy like 99 everything.
It was like an arm staff, which was dumb, and then it was a DH helm, which was like 9 mil, and then it was like Thrag's legs, which were still tank legs, even though it wasn't the meta at the time. PvP didn't have a meta really; it was just eat food, not die. But like, yeah, it was like a 10 mil chest, and it set me up big time on the account for like. I think I sunk it all into scaling like a smart kid.
That's what I would have done. So you made a good choice.
That's still my Mainscape account. Like I sunk 80 mil into herbalism when herb like dropped, and like God Wars and Overloads were like, oh, let's make some big money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
2006 or whenever when Herbalord dropped, it was like buying unID'd for like who knows.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. I was the guy buying unID'd herbs for 1K each because I was trying to make money herbalism.
And it never worked because they figured out how to give you the worst ones.
Nah, it worked. I mean, when it started, we definitely were leveling herbalism and making money. That was for sure. Because no one had the level to even search to clean the herbs to tell you what they were. So once you got to like 40, most of them, you cleaned what you found because people were trying to use those. And anything you didn't, you knew you were going to need later because it was like your Lanthodimes and your dwarf weeds and your stuff that you knew you're going to need.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those were worth more than 1K. So, and most of the time people would clean their own guams and sell what they couldn't. So you were getting a lot of like new players, pretty good herbs because they like the Terramins, the Heartlanders, all that stuff was cleaned already.
Right. Well, back then they also didn't know how to do the unID kind of cheese method.
Oh, Danny said something. Sorry, August. Danny. Oh, never mind. Danny, sorry.
No, he's still.
August. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway.
No, it's fine. We can.
07 RuneScape was a different time, and I think we should. I think
absolutely.
it's nice to play D&D and have a lot of those little kind of moments. The swamp feels dangerous like it did when I was a kid. It's nice.
I'm glad.
I fully agree, but also I don't agree at all because fuck this swamp.
The swamp's gonna kill.
There is still a chance for it to kill someone. It came pretty close today.
Here's a freebie. 4 adventurers are hired in Varrock to discover or to go and figure out why a previous team of adventurers never returned.
Yeah, right.
And they'll get half as far.
And then our next characters. Go ahead and load me up a new character sheet. Can you decopy my new character here, and then we'll.
No, don't worry. He already has Shav's new character, so we'll. Shav's new character, so like we can just.
Wait, why is it new?
Because this is my new character.
He already preloaded it.
Anyway,
so when he makes his next new
did we get Zach yet? Then we can wrap up.
No, I think we're waiting on Danny. He said he wanted to go.
My favorite thing that the GM did was the description of the ghasts getting exhausted.
Ooh, I forgot about that one.
Like that was a very visceral image. The way that you did a really good job painting a word picture on that one.
A witcher, if you will.
Yes. The favorite thing that another player did was when Dermo healed himself and then said, "Ow!"
That was good too.
I tried my best, thank you.
My favorite thing that I did was in the throwing food at the gas to distract them after the arrows didn't work.
Yeah, that worked out actually fantastic.
Yeah.
Manda saved me.
That was something that like I kind of really struggled to theorize what I was going to do with the ghasts because I wanted to have I want to have this period during the campaign that I don't know how long it's going to be, depending on how things go, where the ghasts are like this like impervious force, because that's a big part of kind of the lore of the swamp, is that like nobody knows how to defeat the ghasts.
Yeah.
Right. And so I really have struggled over the years to kind of capture that in a good way in this medium.
Yeah, just make them invulnerable.
So I kind of like,
Boom.
so like, yeah, it's like you can make them invulnerable, but then like, why wouldn't they just chase you until you die?
Right.
But I had this idea sometime where I was like, oh, well, what if they get tired? Because they're so hungry.
That's why they need food
So they-
so much. Yeah, they need
Yeah,
food
so
because they want to up their
kind of,
energy.
yeah,
They
know,
burn energy so quick.
I tried to paint that picture as like they'll chase after you, but they're so starved that they just eventually they just like can't chase you anymore. They like crash into the ground, like start like crawling through the mud trying to like get you, but you
Honestly, sound
they
like
can't move
me
anymore.
after like 2 hours without having a snack.
Same.
I'm just like crawling, like, give
Diabetic.
me snacks.
But also the I didn't even think of somebody like throwing food to the ghasts,
That was good.
so that was good too.
It then
I don't know
spawned
why
us
I didn't
throwing
think
food
of
to
that.
different
It
creatures.
makes so much sense now.
It was when I was trying to telegraph that bit by like, they want our food. It's
Yeah.
like, that's-
Why'd you sound like you're doing a screenplay? They
They
want our
want
food.
our
Let us then
food.
throw our food.
What, you egg? Okay. Time to get going then.
Alrighty. Thanks for the
we
game.
have
Unless,
one more person
Danny,
that
did
we're
you say
waiting on.
something? No. Okay, he didn't say anything.
Sorry, was that
You're
Danny?
a little loud.
Was
Yeah,
that-
I
was that
thought
Danny?
it was.
Oh, he just DM'd me? Actually, that was anybody else. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
we
gonna
have
take
fun
a
here.
shower. and fall
All right,
asleep.
I'll see you guys later.
This is unreal. This is unprecedented. 4 weeks in a row. This is like how does this is deliberate or there's like a medical
You know
problem?
what? There's literally like there has to be something going on where it's like he's having like apnea or something and
Kitty
just
and
haven't
Riddle
figured it out.
cannot be this in sync. It cannot zone him out. at
You know
all.
what'd be so funny is if we just started hearing him snoring in the background every so often.
I've had that happen before with a different player.
I'm surprised you
Yeah.
guys can't hear my wife snoring. She snores pretty loud.
My mom had
Okay.
to sleep in the bathtub when my parents were early married because he snored so loud.
Yeah, no, I snore louder than my wife, but I'm asleep when it happens, so it's not that bad.
Hope you'd be asleep.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Good
Alright,
night.
I'll see you
boys.
guys later. Bye bye.
Night, Jade. Night, guys.